all known HIV strains and infected T cells. Their experiments showed outstanding antiviral performance, managing to complete inactive HIV with a single guide RNA and cut out the viral DNA with 2 guide RNAs. Currently, HIV can be kept in check with antiretroviral medication, but no one has actually been cured, although 3 patients receiving stem cell transplants for blood cancer were subsequently declared free of the disease when their HIV became undetectable. The team has a long way to go before their cure will be available to patients, but said these preliminary findings are very encouraging. For WRMN,
we asked seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone. And should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month. If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your senior Medicare patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 800-699-9045.
And welcome to a brand new month. It is April the 1st, and we are sitting at 42 degrees after a night of rain. Winds are out of the northeast at 8 miles an hour, and today we are headed for a high, I believe, in the upper 40s, about 47 degrees for the expected high. Showers are expected. It's opening day for the Chicago Cubs today. We'll see how that turns out on the north side at Wrigley Field. Welcome to the first shift. It is April the 1st. It is Monday, a new beginning. Welcome to the brand new month. WRMN News Time is 6:06. Let's win this day. Elgin and the Fox River Valley are open for business. Good morning.
Taqueria Las Cumbres, Crystal Lake's authentic Mexican restaurant on Grant Street, is open for carryout. For over 15 years, Taqueria Las Cumbres has been serving up all of your favorite Mexican dishes and doing it better than the rest. Recently voted the best in McHenry County. Stop in and carry out the authentic taste of Mexico and see for yourself. Support local for lunch and dinner today and place an order from Taqueria Las Cumbres. Call 815-455-8200 for Taqueria Las Cumbres of downtown Crystal Lake.
Hailing from Tanzania, you'll be thrilled to see the Zuzu African acrobats celebrate the 2,000-year-old Bantu culture of East Africa. The Zuzu acrobats have performed on America's Got Talent, and you can see their incredible acrobatics and energizing African drumming, singing, and dancing this Saturday at 4 at the Egyptian Theater in DeKalb. Each performance has incredible gravity-defying stunts while displaying the grace, beauty, and strength of the African culture. Visit EgyptianTheater.org.
For WRMN 1410 News, I'm Ben Boquist, highlighting a story from the International Business Times. An autistic girl who is 11 has an IQ higher than Einstein and Stephen Hawking. She's studying for her master's degree so she can work for NASA. Adara Perez Sanchez, born and raised in Tlalao, Mexico City, has been pursuing a master's degree at the age of 11 so that she can be an astronaut for NASA one day. Remarkably, Sanchez was able to graduate from elementary school as a 5-year-old, and then just 12 months later, the Mexican had completed both middle school and high school. Despite passing through the education system at a very quick pace, Sanchez encountered many difficulties during this period of her life, as the bullying and lack of empathy shown to her by her teachers caused her to move schools on 3 occasions. To help deal with her depression, Sanchez began seeing a therapist and was recommended to be sent to the Center for Attention to Talent, which specializes in educating the most talented students. This is where she found out about having a remarkably high IQ of 162, which was higher than Einstein and Hawking's score of 160. She's now studying for a master's degree in mathematics at the Technological University of Mexico and believes this can set her on the path to working for NASA in the future. In particular, she has aspirations of traveling to Mars and exploring the planet. Highlighting a story from APnews.com. A robotic dog is being thanked by state police in Massachusetts for helping avert a tragedy involving a person barricaded in a home. The robotic dog named Roscoe was part of the Massachusetts State Police bomb squad and deployed on March 6th in a Barnstable house after police were fired upon. The person, armed with a rifle, twice knocked over the robotic dog before shooting it. The person then shot at one of the other robots in an outdoor swimming pool before the police deployed tear gas and arrested them. The incident provided a stark example of benefits of mobile platforms capable of opening doors and ascending stairs in tactical missions involving armed suspects, state police said in a statement. For WRMN 1410 News, I'm Ben Boquist. According to an article from opb.org, a federal judge has dismissed ex-owner Elon Musk's lawsuit against a research group that documented an uptick in hate speech on his social media website, saying the organization's reports on the platform formerly known as Twitter were protected by First Amendment rights. Amid an advertiser boycott of X last year, Musk sued the research and advocacy organization Center for Countering Digital Hate, alleging it violated the social media site's terms of service in gathering data for its reports. One of the group's findings, published in June, detailed how racist, homophobic, neo-Nazi, anti-Semitic, or conspiracy content from paid users went unmoderated on the site. In November, Musk sued another group, the left-leaning nonprofit Media Matters for America, over reports that documented how advertisements from major corporations were appearing alongside anti-Semitic content on X. The suit, which is still pending, calls the group's reports a blatant smear campaign. Copyright 2024 to NPR. To see more, visit www.npr.org. Now highlighting a story from the goodnewsnetwork.org. A new study has unveiled a likely future cure for HIV, which uses molecular scissors to cut out HIV DNA from infected cells. To cut out the virus, the team used CRISPR-Cas gene editing technology, a groundbreaking method that allows for precise alterations to patients' genome, for which its inventors won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 2020. They focused on parts of the virus genome that stay the same across all known HIV strains and infected T cells. Their experiments showed outstanding antiviral performance, managing to complete inactive HIV with a single guide RNA and cut out the viral DNA with 2 guide RNAs. Currently, HIV can be kept in check with antiretroviral medication, but no one has actually been cured, although 3 patients receiving stem cell transplants for blood cancer were subsequently declared free of the disease when their HIV became undetectable. The team has a long way to go before their cure will be available to patients, but said these preliminary findings are very encouraging. For WRMN 1410 News, I'm Ben Boquist, highlighting a story from Reuters.com. Over 100 Nigerian students and staff who were kidnapped this month arrived at the local government building in the country's north a day after they were freed by the army. The army announced on Sunday it had rescued 137 hostages. School officials put the residents and the number of students kidnapped on March 7th at 287. The abduction of students in Nigeria began over a decade ago when jihadist group Boko Haram kidnapped 276 girls from a school in Chibok, in the northeastern Borno state. Some of the girls have still not been released. Highlighting a story from BBC.com, Moscow schoolboys saved over 100 from the Crocus City Hall attack. Islam Khalilov and Artyom Donskoy were working as coat room attendants when the attack began. Together with other employees, they reportedly directed people fleeing away from dead ends and towards the exits. On Monday, the boys were awarded medals for bravery in a ceremony by Russia's Commissioner for Children's Rights. They modestly say they did what they had to do. Islam, whose family are immigrants to Russia from the Central Asian country of Kyrgyzstan, had been working at Crocus City Hall for about a year. Russian media is crediting Islam Artyom and other coat room attendants with saving the lives of over 100 people. Highlighting a story from TrendBulletin.com. A piece of wartime history is being brought back to life in Tacoma, Washington, as Mark Doc Abraham leads the restoration of the USS Shackle, known as Acushnet during its Coast Guard service. The vessel holds a rich past, having seen action in pivotal World War II battles like Iwo Jima, Midway, and Okinawa, where it undertook critical salvage and rescue missions in the Pacific Ocean. The vessel is now part of Abraham's project. He envisions the Acushnet as a space that offers training opportunities to homeless veterans, covering a range of areas such as electronics and cooking. This initiative seeks not only to revive a piece of history, but also to serve a noble cause by supporting those who have served their country.
With your AM 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Prevnar 20. Amid a measles outbreak in Chicago, Lake, Cook, and Will counties, Kane County health officials.
Everyone has a community to lean on. A neighborhood, school, kids' teams, where you worship, work out, or any other place or group where you choose to belong. Communities can provide support when you need it, and even when you don't know you do. Like when it comes to preventing underage drinking and other substance use. You've talked with your kids and shared clear expectations, but you're not with them every minute. Your community members, friends and relatives, teachers and coaches, faith leaders, and other important adults in your kids' lives can be your eyes, ears, and a supportive influence when you're not around, reinforcing your messages with your kids and alerting you to warning signs of underage drinking or other substance use. So talk with your kids about these issues and involve the members of your community to help keep your kids safe. Because when you talk, they hear you.
Golden Corral Buffet and Grill, 154 Gary Avenue in Bloomingdale is open. Golden Corral's legendary Endless Buffet has a variety of delicious favorites and new menu offerings for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Guests can choose from over 150 items, including grilled-to-order sirloin, pork, seafood, as well as old favorites like fried chicken, meatloaf, and mac and cheese. Golden Corral is the only one for everyone. Visit goldencorral.com.
If you're not sure what to have for dinner, the Seven Dwarfs restaurant on the corner of Roosevelt and President in Wheaton has you covered. Their huge menu is sure to satisfy everyone. Enjoy the diner-styled atmosphere that's been serving up tasty food since the 50s. The Seven Dwarfs has lively decor and delicious entrees. They offer a hearty breakfast, plus 3 or 4 lunch specials daily. For dinner, it's all-you-can-eat fish on Fridays. And remember to try their barbecue ribs. Visit sevendwarfsrestaurant.com today.
All right, it is 6:15 here at WRMN on a Monday morning. Welcome back to the first shift after a week off. I'm Marky B reporting. And the first shift starts every day with our Pledge of Allegiance and our national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And good morning from WRMN and the Fox River Valley Media Network.
Welcome to the first shift, right here on the Voice of the Valley, WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM. Don't get that excited, I'm only introducing Marky B. Exactly. Featuring local news and sports, your Fox Valley forecast and local traffic twice an hour at 15 and 45 minutes past. Timely interviews, a radio shopping show preview, milestones and memories, and born on dates of the lates and greats, Elgin trivia, and all of your phone calls, texts, and Facebook comments as part of the staff meeting. The First Shift is the most informative, entertaining, and interactive morning show in all of the Fox River Valley and beyond.
You liar!
Well, okay. At least it makes great background noise, whether you're at work, in the car, or at home.
Whatever.
Your host, Marky B, maintains an upbeat attitude every day despite the fact that he's saddled with an overall lack of talent, a delusioned ego, and false hope for a bright future.
Loser.
Yeah, he's pretty much a loser. But at least he tries. Welcome to Studio 14 in downtown Elgin for the First Shift on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Hey, how's it going? It's 6:19 here at WRMN on Monday morning. There's a lot of buttons around here. And even before I went on vacation, I wasn't used to all the buttons yet. So I'm trying to remember where they all are. Lots of buttons. Because if you're cool and young, you don't say the T in the middle of words. And I want to be cool and young. So there's no double T in buttons. It's buttons. It is a brand new month. It is April the 1st. Hope you're feeling okay and had a great Easter weekend. And welcome back as spring gets underway, kind of. Although this always happens, right? When baseball season officially rolls around, it gets cold and crappy in Chicago. It's weird. Despite the fact you could have a warm February and a very snowless winter, we seem to have to go through this in early April. But whatever, it's fine. And the Cubs are supposed to play today, so it's another sign of spring, right? My name is Mark. I've been gone for a week. Thanks for you to be patient and to hopefully enjoy Doug Steffen last week here on the show. And I know Tuesday I listened on my WRMN app at the campsite in Panama City Beach, Florida, to the Sonar and Larry Jones show featuring Dean DeLaley, the director, in the 8 o'clock hour. As those guys that did their first show kind of together to get to know each other a little bit and to give WRMN a little local flavor last Tuesday, just experimenting a bit, I guess. And but we made it through the week, and now we take a step forward into April, and we'll see where we can go from here on the radio station. It's been a crazy fun first month, seeing all the new technology around here and all that. For WRMN staff, the new kind of staff that we have assembled here, it's been a crazy fun month of getting to know each other and stuff, but it's time to focus a little bit and move on to the next step, a crazy fun April that includes more progress at the radio station, and we will do that here on the first shift today. Let me see what I do this time of the morning. I have to remember. We start with the forecast here in the Fox River Valley, 42 degrees right now. We had rain, heavy at times last night, and we're expecting more today. It might take a little break through some of the mid-morning hours and then pick back up in the afternoon a little bit today. So we shall see how that plays out. 47 degrees is the expected high. Winds are currently out of the northeast at 8 miles an hour here on a Monday. And hold on. Ooh. Another button, sorry. For tonight, showers and possibly a thunderstorm with a low of 38. Tomorrow, rain again. Ooh. So a rough start to the week in the rain department, I guess. Showers today with a high of 47, an 80% chance of afternoon rain, 90% chance of rain tonight, 38 for the low. And then tomorrow it looks like a rainy day as well until late in the afternoon. And possibly a little rain-snow mix with a high tomorrow of about 40. And a 90% chance of precip again tomorrow. So the first 2 days of this week, and even beyond, it looks like we're going to have a little wetness on Wednesday. Snow likely Wednesday, a 70% chance with a high of 36. So if you have tickets to go see the Cubs play this week, the first 3 days of the week do not look good for baseball. 47 today, 40 tomorrow, and 36 the high for Wednesday, with snow likely and a 70% chance of it. We finally see maybe a little sunshine on Thursday, partly sunny with a high of 45. And then Friday, sunshine with a high of 49. We're back up in the mid-50s by Saturday. So there you have it. Welcome back to the Midwest, radio's Marky B, huh? As we start with crappy weather for the first 3 days. Oh well, it's good to be back. gives you a chance to be inside, get some work done, right? I guess that's one way to look at things. And every day matters. So don't take any day for granted. Never know what kind of craziness can happen in your life, right? So appreciate every day no matter what the weather brings. Coming up on the show today, we remember, as I remember along with you, Larry Jones pops in at 7 o'clock this morning. Probably show up a little bit early and hang with the ladies. He's been out for most of last week, of course, since I was out. So Larry will join me after the top of the 7 o'clock hour. And we'll move forward with the first shift with Larry and myself. Your phone calls are always welcome on the show. Love to hear from you. Maybe help us settle back into the routine a little bit. At 847-931-1410. That's the phone number to call here at Studio 14 during the show. The show today from 6 until 9. And then we swing it into Brian Kilmeade, and I will be your local host for the Kilmeade show today. So you can join me for bottom of the hour local news breaks and radio shopping show information and all of that. During the Brian Kilmeade show today, it's heating up. Politics are heating up, obviously, with the presidential election coming up in November. So we'll see what Kilmeade's got on his plate for today. Speaking of on your plate, we have Out to Lunch coming up from noon to 2 today. And today it looks like Leah's going to have a little road show going on, as I'm seeing a string of text messages this morning indicating that she will be at Heinz Brothers of St. Charles, broadcasting live this afternoon between 1 and 2. So that's a part of how we're going to spend Out to Lunch today. I will carry you through the first hour of it, probably along with Sonar a little bit, and then Leah taking over in the second hour. Out to Lunch kind of gives us that versatility to be here at Studio 14 or to be on the road as well. And we hope to be on the road at different places during the lunch hour, whether it be a restaurant or another place. So stay tuned for some of that excitement during the spring and the summer here at WRMN. And that's what's happening from 1 until 2. We have our Straight Money Talk program from 2 to 3. And then we have our afternoon radio shopping show today from 3 until 6. It's the afternoon deals with Matt McNeil. And he will have that for you between 3 and 6 today. Redemption Center is due to be open from noon to 3. And that's the way we'll rock it and roll it here on a Monday. We'll have our staff meeting throughout the morning show today. I'll check some news stories for you and give you a little radio shopping show preview in the 6:50 segment today. Maybe a haiku. Let's not push it. Let's not push it. I'm trying to get back in the saddle here and control all this stuff, and that's taking me a little time, so the haiku is not on the forefront of my mind right now, but we'll see if I get to it. Larry Jones is in. Maybe some first shift 411, some news stories, and all of that. We're on YouTube this morning, of course. WRMN Radio on YouTube. Let me get my fancy laminated thing over here and remind myself of a few things. Yes, it's at WRMN Radio on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube page, please. And so that's one way to please reach out to me this morning if you get a chance. I'll track the comments on YouTube today. And thanks already to many of you who have joined us on YouTube early this morning today, including Captain Keith, Senior Engineer, Elgin High, class of 1978, back when life was great. I was 8. The big boss man is in the house this morning, physically in the green room. Hasn't settled into his regular work schedule yet, I guess. So he's still working off and on. Today's going to be a cold, crappy day with rain in the forecast. It doesn't lend itself to a lot of work in the big boss man's life, so maybe he gets the day off today. Friend of Brenda's on the Hawker's log. She's over in the hut this morning. She drove by at 5:55 this morning and gave me the friendly Friend of Brenda wave. Thanks for the happy Easter text yesterday, Friend of Brenda. Gregarious Gina is in the house. She's also in the green room this morning. And you're welcome to join us in the green room, too, if you want to. Probably see CK here in a little bit. Anna the Chairman, Director of Foreign Affairs, as we all reassemble for a brand new month. So good morning to the big boss man, and good morning to Basic Brendan, who checks in and says, good morning. Good Monday morning, shifters. Happy April the 1st. Brendan checking in. Good to have him back on a regular basis now. First Shift Sherry is here. Good morning, First Shift Sherry. FSS, Queen of the Elgin Public Museum. Look forward to broadcasting from there before too long. Good morning, First Shifters, and welcome back, Mark, she says. Thank you, First Shift Sherry. So thanks to all of you reaching out this morning on the YouTube. You can always send me a morning text. My phone number is 901-647-1240. That's 901-647-1240. I know it's a little bit of an awkward number, I guess the area code at least, but I never wanted to change my old cell phone number from years ago. I like it. I like the 901. And the rest of it kind of has a little, I don't know, it flows. 647-1240, so I kind of like it. And on text messages this morning, opening the office doors, of course we have Linda Carter checking in, as she always has. LC is in the house. Linda Carter, Linda Carter, Linda Carter. Oh, shh. Linda Carter. Oh, we got the prayer scoreboard, of course. LC gets that started this morning by sending us 15 prayers to the prayer scoreboard today. That's a lot of prayers to get us started. We need them. It's a Monday. It's April. And the weather's going to be cruddy the next couple of days. So prayers are a good thing. I see my phone still freaks out and switches screens on its own. Gotta love that. So I'm trying to keep up with my phone right now. Let's see. We say good morning to Tony Cool. And she says welcome back and that this is our 59th staff meeting of the year. So let's go ahead and win this day. Tony Cool checking in for the 59th time this year. And that would mean 1,016 staff meetings since all of this nonsense started. Way back in the way back when we were young and bold. Let's win this day. Sounds like a plan to me. Monday's always a challenge, but hope you guys are feeling well, and hope you had a great Easter. I saw kids out playing yesterday, families hanging out together. We didn't get back till yesterday afternoon. There's Anna the Chairman giving me the peace sign this morning as she pulls over into her spot. Yeah, coming down the street, the mayor of Flora was out yesterday, Clyde, and he was playing with a remote control car as some of his family were together on Easter Sunday. And then I went for a little run. I was trying to shake out the cobwebs a little bit and exercise when I got back from our long drive. It took forever to get around Chicago yesterday, man. Yeah, I took the camper through Chicago. Ooh, that wasn't fun. The Chicago area. On the way back, but we finally made it at about, I don't even know what time, 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, leaving out of Nashville yesterday morning. But no complaints. The weather was really nice. In fact, compared to last year, our weather on this trip was very nice. Hi, Anna the Chairman. She's admiring the new window here in Studio 14. Nobody's back there right now. But yes, a new window has appeared here in Studio 14. I'm not sure when this window came in to place. I'm not sure if this is the first time you've seen the window. Probably so, right? Because we only had one live morning show last week, but Sonar was on during the middays, right? It's a window that links the engineering room to the studio. Another sign of the progress and that we're trying to make here at WRMN. It's 6:34 on this Monday morning. Okay, so I have some news to share with you this morning, and I'll do that in just a few minutes. We'll move on with our staff meeting. Larry Jones will be in, and on with the show we go. Thanks for joining us here on the 1st of April. And let me see if we happen to have... It is the 1st of April. Do we happen to have Jerry Turnquist today? Let me see. Jerry Turnquist files his report for the month of April. Elgin 100 years ago. If this is not Jerry Turnquist, then enjoy Linda Rock. But this might be Jerry Turnquist. Let's find out.
Here are headline stories from Elgin newspapers 100 years ago today, brought to you by the Elgin Area Historical Society. I'm Linda Rock. The stories today were in Elgin newspapers on March 18th, 1924.
Yeah, so March 18th, and it's April the 1st, so we don't have Jerry Turnquist in quite yet. That's okay. We'll get to Jerry Turnquist maybe tomorrow here on the show. Back with some local news in just a minute, and I'll let you know what's happening with the radio shopping show today as well. It is 6:36, and it's 42 degrees this morning. The rain has stopped for a while, but I think more is on the way this afternoon, and rain and snow both in the forecast between now and Wednesday. Hip, hip, hooray.
Clocking out? Drive home with the Drive Time Deal with Matt McNeil on WRMN 1410 AM every weekday from 3 to 6 p.m. I bring you the hottest deals in town, the most intriguing stories, and the tracks that take the edge off rush hour. Tune in on 1410 AM. Catch us on YouTube Live at WRMN Radio or stream through our app. I've got the wheel to steer your evening right. WRMN 1410 AM, your home of radio shopping and the soundtrack to your commute.
Rise and shine, Fox Valley listeners. It's time to kickstart your day with First Shift with Marky B on WRMN 1410 AM. From 6 to 9 a.m., join the chatter that gets you clued in with the latest buzz around town. Don't just sip on your coffee. Let Marky B brew your morning with the perfect mix of news, views, and moves. Dial us in or live stream at WRMN1410.com and make your mornings a whole lot brighter. WRMN 1410 AM. We're the voice of the Valley, and we're here to talk.
The Triple Berry Cafe of Crystal Lake offers incredible breakfast and lunch options for you, and now the coffee bar is open for you to enjoy. Stop in and enjoy a relaxing cup of coffee in a peaceful setting, and if you're hungry, the Triple Berry Cafe is ready to provide you with homemade goodness. Enjoy omelets, skillets, pancakes, crepes, waffles, and much more for breakfast. Stop in at the Triple Berry Cafe for lunch and enjoy signature sandwiches, burgers, wraps, salads, and healthy options are available as well. Triple Berry Cafe, just off Randall Road in Crystal Lake. Now with a coffee bar.
Hop on over to Lamb's Farm in Libertyville for a delicious bunny brunch on Friday, March 29th or Saturday, March 30th. Enjoy a delicious buffet at the Magnolia Cafe and Bakery. Then take a walk over to the Bunny Patch in the Visitor Center for crafts and a special visit with the Easter Bunny. Call the Magnolia Cafe and Bakery at Lamb's Farm for reservations for the Bunny Brunch at 847-362-5050. Visit lambsfarm.org for more information. Hippity hop!
This is McGruff the Crime Dog, and I need you to help me take a bite out of crime. Counterfeit products are popping up everywhere. Fake sneakers, fake cosmetics, and even fake pills. Crooks are selling counterfeit versions of just about everything. Last year, billions of dollars worth of counterfeit products were sold in the U.S. Sure, it may seem like saving a few bucks on the things you want isn't a big deal, but counterfeits are usually made in unsafe conditions, potentially using hazardous and even lethal ingredients that could harm you and others. And the money you've paid, it goes right into the hands of criminals and may support child labor, drugs, and even gangs. Smells like big crime to me. So if you still think buying fake products is harmless, think again. And remember, if you don't know where the products came from, how could you know where the money goes? You're smart, buy smart. Go for real. Learn more at mcgruffpsa.org. This message is brought to you by the United States Patent and Trademark Office and the National Crime Prevention Council.
Welcome back. It's 6:39 here at WRMN. Monday. April the 1st, April Fool's Day. No fooling. I don't know. I'm not sure I'm up for all the fooling today. Let's just have a nice straightforward day, shall we? We are on YouTube today. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Let's see what's happening in the news. I tried to track the news a little bit in the last few days and catch up with what I missed. And let's see. I see that while I was gone, we had some news in the DeCynthia Clemens saga from a few years ago. And a federal court last Thursday dismissed a lawsuit against Lieutenant Jensen. The lawsuit was dismissed against an Elgin police officer who shot and killed 34-year-old motorist DeCynthia Clements back in 2018, March the 12th of 2018. The lawsuit's been dismissed a little over 6 years later. Following an hour-long standoff, that's when the shooting took place along I-90, during which authorities say she ignited the SUV while she was driving. She was sitting in the car, and she was pretty messed up on drugs. And Clemens' family filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the officer and the city of Elgin, claiming that police used excessive force, failed to intervene, were improperly trained, and engaged in willful and wanton conduct, whatever that means. The death of Miss Clements was tragic, and the court expresses its condolences to her estate and her family, wrote U.S. District Court Judge Jeffrey Cummings. Nonetheless, in his opinion, based on the undisputed facts and the principles of law, the court concludes that Lieutenant Chris Jensen's conduct did not amount to a violation of Miss Clemens' constitutional rights. He carried out his duties as an Elgin police officer the proper way. And while it was a tragedy, he followed procedure. And quite frankly, DeCynthia was out of control that night. The Elgin woman's death marked the city's first fatal police shooting in 19 years when it happened back in 2018. The shooting sparked community outcry. There were some protests and calls for Jensen's firing amongst some people. However, the Cook County State's Attorney's Office determined it was justified, and Jensen has been reinstated since 2019. But even though he's been reinstated since 2019, he's kind of had this hanging over his head a little bit over the last 5 years, right? Anytime you know this is going on, it affects your life a little bit. So finally, we get some resolution on that. We might talk with Larry about that during the show today between 7 and 9 if you want to. Back when that story occurred, authorities say that Clemens refused multiple requests to exit her car, and she appeared agitated, lighting a cigarette and then another cigarette before igniting the car on fire. On body camera footage, officers can be heard saying she had a knife and a history of mental distress. One officer indicated she held a knife at her neck at one point. As heavy smoke poured from the car, officers moved towards the car after discussing their approach. They took a long time. They tried to be patient with DeCynthia, and this is me speaking now because I watched the video. They were going to be as patient as they needed to be, but when she tried to do more, like start her own car on fire and stuff, then that's when they decided to approach. And when they approached, she came out with a knife and started to come towards the officers, and that's when the shots were fired. So maybe we'll revisit that for a minute with Larry during the next 2 hours. You can be a part of that conversation with us, or if you want to change the subject and just talk about better things, we can do that too. I say better things, happier things. 847-931-1410, the number to call during our show today between 7 and 9. Also, while I was gone, we had an Elgin man arrested last Friday morning. I'm not sure if you get the Daily Herald or not, but they had a picture of him. Bryant Torres, age 31, arrested Friday morning on gun charges in an investigation by Elgin Police and the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. Bryant Torres lived on Mulberry Court, 1600 block, charged with armed habitual criminal possession of a firearm by a felon, aggravated unlawful use of a weapon, possession of a firearm by a street gang member, possession of a firearm without a FOID card, sale of a firearm without firearm owner's identification, and obstruction of justice. So Bryant was hit with a book full of charges, 31 years old, and if you see his picture, you would have never thought. Or maybe you would have. Bryant Torres, age 31. Police and federal agents searched his home at 6 a.m. on Friday. Several people were in custody, according to Elgin Police. So this went down while I was away as well. It is 6:46 here at WRMN, so a couple of early stories for you. And also in the news, baseball started this weekend. If you're a baseball fan, the Cubs were competitive and salvaged a game in their 3-game series against a pretty darn good Texas team. And I didn't really watch the Rangers play too much last year. But by watching the game on Thursday night, the Cubs' first game against Texas, I could see why that team was a playoff team and a world champion, because they're pretty stacked. Pretty good baseball team, the Texas Rangers. Good manager, veteran manager Bruce Bochy, and the series was competitive. The Cubs had a lead going into the 9th inning. Game 1 of the series, home run tied the game, and then they lost in extra innings. Gave themselves a chance to win. They got slaughtered on Saturday, but they came back and won yesterday, 9-5. The White Sox, they lost all 3 games they played this weekend by 1 run to the Detroit Tigers. I'm not sure how good Detroit's going to be this year, and I really didn't follow the series at all, other than the fact I saw the story last night, and I knew they had lost on opening day. But maybe Larry tried to watch the Sox a little bit this weekend. So we'll get Larry's take on opening weekend in Major League Baseball, what he saw if you watched some baseball this weekend. Let's see. A Woodfield disturbance took place last week at Woodfield Mall. Stratford Mall's closing. And we have craziness, of course, and controversy in the presidential race. So all that we could cover, or we could just talk about what you did last week. Well, what we all did last week, since we didn't have a first shift show for most of the week. It's 6:48 here at WRMN. Thanks for joining us on YouTube this morning. No Nickname John checks in today, says, good morning, first shifters. He sends an emoji of an umbrella. We need that. As we're going to have a use of an umbrella a lot for the first 3 days of this week. Welcome back, Marky B, says, no Nickname John. It's National 1 Cent Day. 1 cent, a penny. Do pennies annoy you more than they benefit you in this day and age? When you look in your change jar and you're looking for a quarter, a whole quarter, maybe a dime, and all you see mainly is a change jar dominated by pennies. Does that happen with you? Is that annoying to you? But let's see what he's got to say. National 1 Cent Day. I knew a man who collected only rare pennies, says no Nickname John. He only collected rare pennies. He didn't have a lot of common sense. Common sense, I say. common sense, rare pennies.
Please be quiet.
This needs to stop. Now.
Shut up!
Hey, not bad. I found most of the buttons. That wasn't too bad, no nickname, John. Welcome back. Welcome back to your job. As director of bad jokes and bad puns here on the show, you didn't lose your touch. 6:49 here at WRMN on this Monday morning. Let's see. I was listening to comedy. I know Larry listens to comedy when he drives on Sirius Satellite Radio. And they have little short comedy bits from different, I guess, legends of comedy. I wouldn't really know because a lot of the names I don't recognize, but I did recognize Ellen DeGeneres. And No Nickname John's bad pun of the day makes me think about her bit a little bit. She was talking about loose change. Hey, do you have a little loose change? Why, no. All my change is rolled up in my pockets, and I can't get the roll open to bust it open and give you some right now. What really is loose change? Well, I guess it's loose if it's not in a change roll, right? But who carries change that's not loose? She was pretty funny, actually. And then she talked about spare change. Hey, do you have any spare change? Yeah, I have this change I was about to throw into the trash can. I guess that would make it spare change, right? I didn't really do it as well as Ellen DeGeneres, but you didn't expect me to, right? I was just trying to remember part of her bit based on No Nicknames John's bad punter joke of the day. 6:51 here at WRMN. Good morning to Amboy Jeff checking in. Good morning, first shifters. Welcome back, Mark. Hope everybody had a great Easter from Amboy Jeff. Checking in from Amboy. They have YouTube out there. Isn't that crazy? They have YouTube in Amboy. Even the small towns are getting all high-tech these days. 6:52 here at WRMN. Hey, Northwest Wes and Northwest Wesley Jr. II are back in the house. At 6:20 they checked in. Dad and Son Do It All is their handle on YouTube. We hope everyone had a happy and blessed Easter. All our best, and Junior II and I wish you a great week. And Northwest Wes and Northwest Wesley Jr. II are back with us for another week. Well, welcome back, fellas.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty.
Are we in for a drive-by today?
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty.
It is 6:53 already, so I better get to let you know what's happening on the radio shopping show today. We'll continue with our staff meeting throughout the morning show today. And let's see, back in our with the radio shopping show, what's happening with the shop show today? 3 until 6. It's our 3-hour block where you can shop with Matt. Really, it's a 6-hour block because you can call between noon and 3 if you call him in the Redemption Center at 847-741-7700. And then between 3 and 6, he's in here in Studio 14. Let's make a deal with Matt McNeil. And we do have a top 10 here on April Fool's Day. So you can see that on our website, WRMN1410.com. Stockholm's Brew Pub is number 1 today, a $15 certificate for 7. Stockholm's in Geneva. Culver's of Elgin, a $10 certificate for $4 at Culver's. That's number 2. Sweet Basil Cafe, Algonquin. We have $10 certificates available today for $3 to Sweet Basil Cafe. Lars's Kitchen on the west side of Elgin. $10 certificates are available for $4. Lars's. It's a good-looking restaurant, top 10 so far. Stockholm's, Culver's, Sweet Basil Cafe, Lars's. Garibaldi's, number 5 in the top 10. 2 locations. $17.99 pizza at Garibaldi's. Yours for $7 on the radio shopping show today. The Best Bargain Bin of Fox Lake. Want to take a road trip up yonder? We have $20 certificates available for $8 at Best Bargain Bin of Fox Lake. LaFleur Taco Grills, number 7 in the top 10. $15 certificates available for $5. Some great Mexican food not too far from the radio station. Adrenaline Monkey of Carpentersville's number 8. A $70 pair of tickets for $28. Tommy's Red Hot's number 9. $10 certificate for $4. And Ray's Family Restaurant. Legendary Elgin restaurant. Been around for a long time over there on the southeast side. $10 certificates available for $5 at Ray's. There's your top 10. Call between noon and 3. 847-741-7700. Matt in the Redemption Center. And between 3 and 6, he's on the air at 847-931-1410. You can see all of that and much more by going to our website, WRMN1410.com. That's WRMN1410.com. It's 6:56. I'm trying to remember here what time the radio station cuts me off for the top of the hour break. So let me see if I can refresh my own memory here. Is it 6:58? 50? Let's see. Yes, it is. So we have a couple of hours here before we get to the top of the hour break. A couple of minutes, that is, not hours. And I guess we'll finish this hour by getting back into our staff meeting for a moment. And let's finish by checking a couple of more VIT messages. Tony Cool let us know this is the 59th staff meeting of the year. Thanks for keeping track, Tony Cool. Blackhawks Brad checked in this morning at 4:45. Good morning, Mark. Welcome back. He says, the word of the day is virtue, if anybody wants to try to use it in a haiku. Virtue. Behavior showing high moral standards. Virtue. Behavior showing high moral standards. Let's win this day, says BHB. The American flag flies. The eagle flies over the fabulous Fox River. And prayer number 16. From Blackhawks Brad. Or Blackhawks J. You decide. Enjoy your day, everybody, says BHB. As he sends the 16th prayer of the morning to us. CK's here now. She's hanging in the green room. She got here about 15 minutes ago. And sitting with the ladies. And Larry Jones is now here. He's joined him in the green room for a few minutes. To stretch his voice a little bit before the show starts. Good morning, Mark, says CK. Good morning, Mark, Larry, all the first shifters. Hope you had a wonderful and relaxing vacation. Yeah, we relaxed. Still a whole lot of driving when you do it the way that we did it, though. So that portion of the trip could still be improved on. And so, getting back, not really having a chance to settle back in and then jumping back into the work schedule. Not super ideal. My own fault, though. I guess a little bit of a better planning situation there could have prevented that. Not arriving back in town at 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon, but that's the way it goes. It's all right. Wishing you all a wonderful and safe Monday, says CK, sending 6 prayers to the prayer scoreboard. Let's catch up on some news. It's 6:59. It's the first shift. It's WRMN. It's Monday. Huh. Okie dokie. Let's see. In the mood for some great barbecue, but just don't have time to make it yourself? Carry out Coleman's Barbecue on Elgin's East Side at 79 Clock Tower. Coleman specializes in ribs, tips, chicken wings, seafood, and sandwiches, with sides like coleslaw, potato salad, and dessert. Try Coleman's Exotic Mild Sauce. It's the bomb. You can also buy sauce in gallon or pint sizes. It's prepared just right, the Coleman's way. Call 224-535-8153.
Looking for a place to try for breakfast or lunch? You'll find a gem of a restaurant with amazing food and great prices at the Tripleberry Cafe, 435 Angela Lane in Crystal Lake. For breakfast, try Tripleberry's strawberry cheesecake French toast, ribeye steak and eggs, or carnitas skillets. At lunch, there's the AM burger or Chipotle chicken BLT. There's delicious homemade cream of mushroom soup. For tasty home cooking, Tripleberry Cafe is the place to be. Visit Tripleberry Cafe.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 7 o'clock.
Click this link now to review my bank transfer. I didn't make a bank transfer. Ugh, another phishing message. Are you frustrated by these too? So much of our lives are online today. To make sure my information is protected, I checked out CISA's Secure Our World resources. They've got 4 simple ways we can stay safe online. First, learn to recognize and report phishing. Next, create a strong, unique password for each online account, and use a password manager if you can. Then turn on multi-factor authentication for extra security, and you'll receive a code when logging in. And finally, turn on automatic software updates for convenience and safety. Click here to track my delivery. Another phishing message. But now I know how to protect myself from scammers, and you can learn too. Go to CISA at cisa.gov/secure our world for more quick, easy tips to be safer online.
For WRMN 1410 News, I'm Ben Boquist, highlighting a story from the International Business Times. An autistic girl who is 11 has an IQ higher than Einstein and Stephen Hawking. She's studying for her master's degree so she can work for NASA. Adara Perez Sanchez, born and raised in Tlalpan, Mexico City, has been pursuing a master's degree at the age of 11 so that she can be an astronaut for NASA one day. Remarkably, Sanchez was able to graduate from elementary school as a 5-year-old, and then just 12 months later, the Mexican had completed both middle school and high school. Despite passing through the education system at a very quick pace, Sanchez encountered many difficulties during this period of her life, as the bullying and lack of empathy shown to her by her teachers caused her to move schools on 3 occasions. To help deal with her depression, Sanchez began seeing a therapist and was recommended to be sent to the Center for Attention to Talent, which specializes in educating the most talented students. This is where she found out about having a remarkably high IQ of 162, which was higher than Einstein and Hawking's score of 160. She's now studying for a master's degree in mathematics at the Technological University of Mexico, and believes this can set her on the path to working for NASA in the future. In particular, she has aspirations of traveling to Mars and exploring the planet. Highlighting a story from APnews.com, a robotic dog is being thanked by state police in Massachusetts for helping avert a tragedy involving a person barricaded in a home. The robotic dog named Roscoe was part of the Massachusetts State Police bomb squad and deployed on March 6th in a Barnstable house after police were fired upon. The person, armed with a rifle, twice knocked over the robotic dog before shooting it. The person then shot at one of the other robots in an outdoor swimming pool before the police deployed tear gas and arrested them. The incident provided a stark example of benefits of mobile platforms capable of opening doors and ascending stairs in tactical missions involving armed suspects, state police said in a statement. For WRMN 1410 News, I'm Ben Boquist. According to an article from opb.org, a federal judge has dismissed ex-owner Elon Musk's lawsuit against a research group that documented an uptick in hate speech on his social media website, saying the organization's reports on the platform formerly known as Twitter were protected by First Amendment rights. Amid an advertiser boycott of X last year, Musk sued the research and advocacy organization Center for Countering Digital Hate, alleging it violated the social media site's terms of service in gathering data for its reports. One of the group's findings, published in June, detailed how racist, homophobic, neo-Nazi, anti-Semitic, or conspiracy content from paid users went unmoderated on the site. In November, Musk sued another group, the left-leaning nonprofit Media Matters for America, over reports that documented how advertisements from major corporations were appearing alongside anti-Semitic content on X. The suit, which is still pending, calls the group's reports a blatant smear campaign. Copyright 2024 to NPR. To see more, visit www.npr.org. Now highlighting a story from the goodnewsnetwork.org. A new study has unveiled a likely future cure for HIV, which uses molecular scissors to cut out HIV DNA from infected cells. To cut out the virus, the team used CRISPR-Cas gene editing technology, a groundbreaking method that allows for precise alterations to patients' genome, for which its inventors won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 2020. They focused on parts of the virus genome that stay the same across all known HIV strains and infected T cells. Their experiments showed outstanding antiviral performance, managing to complete inactive HIV with a single guide RNA and cut out the viral DNA with 2 guide RNAs. Currently, HIV can be kept in check with antiretroviral medication, but no one has actually been cured. Although 3 patients receiving stem cell transplants for blood cancer were subsequently declared free of the disease when their HIV became undetectable. The team has a long way to go before their cure will be available to patients, but said these preliminary findings are very encouraging. For WRMN.
Rooted in their family Mexican history, churros are made daily with love. Churros and Chocolate at 2533 West Algonquin Road has churros made from family recipes with care and fresh each day with delicious fillings. There's also the Frida Cafe where you can relax and catch up with a friend while having a warm drink. Try Churros and Chocolate specialty churros, the churro sundae, or take home a churro cake. Visit churros, the letter Y, chocolateinc.com.
Garibaldi's Italian Eatery offers Italian dishes, subs, kids menus, and their delicious pizza. The foundation of a great pizza starts with the crust. Garibaldi's crust is crunchy at the bottom, airy in the middle, and perfect every time. The finest ingredients are used to give their pizza this exquisite crust and wonderful taste. Dine at either of the Garibaldi's 2 locations in Hoffman Estates and Arlington Heights. Free party rooms are available too. Visit Garibaldi.
Warm up this winter and introduce your friends to Viator Coffee at the Food Hall in downtown Elgin. Viator Coffee has a winter menu that includes 6 new coffee drinks with names like Little Wolf, Tarts and Tonic, and Merry Mint Mocha. Plus, there's a whole new lineup of baked goods too. Viator Coffee provides you with amazing flavors and customer service, so relax and savor a cup in a place that offers a new level of coffee drinks and service within a peaceful, relaxing space. Visit ViatorCoffeeCart.com.
Hit the open road and experience the fresh air of Wisconsin at the Grand Stay Hotel and Suites in Mount Horeb. This award-winning hotel is just outside Madison. Mount Horeb is known as the troll capital of the world. Families can go on a troll hunt through the historic downtown or check out Cave of the Mounds just minutes down the road. The Grand Stay offers a beautiful pool and a hot tub with year-round fun. Visit grandstaymounthoreb.com today to schedule your visit.
Renata's Old Salem Cafe is now Renata's German restaurant with old family recipes for delicious Bavarian dinners. Renata's is also known for breakfast and lunch. Renata's German restaurant has fresh baked German pastries. For a hearty breakfast, try Renata's for pancakes, skillets, and more. They've also set the standard for catering excellence. Try Renata's German restaurant off Irving Park, west of Wise Road in Hanover Park. Visit renatasgermanrestaurant.com.
Michael Brown, former Undersecretary of Homeland Security and Director of FEMA, is your new full-time host of The Weekend, which airs every Saturday from 4 to 7 p.m. right here on WRMN. Each week on the popular 3-hour program, Brown offers listeners a fresh take on the weekend talk with his provocative insights into current events, politics, and culture. So late in the day on Saturday, make it a point to catch The Weekend with Michael Brown right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Ever take your car through the auto emissions lane only to experience the sinking feeling that your car has failed the test? Don't fret. Let Meineke at 376 Sundown in South Elgin fix the problem for you. Meineke's mechanics will determine the exact problem with your vehicle and suggest necessary repairs with Meineke's diagnostic service. Pass that test with help from the trained Meineke technicians. Call today for your appointment. 847-888-9644. That's 847-888-9644.
Here at WRMN Radio, we try to connect with the community and discuss important issues, like our current mental health crisis. Here's Lori Baker, President and CEO of AID.
I think most people, when they see young children thinking about suicide at the ages of 5 and 6 and 7, I mean, that's shocking to me that children even know that they want to harm themselves somehow. I know it's difficult. I definitely feel the pinch. We all feel the pinch at the gas pump, at the grocery store, right, in our rents, but I think most people could handle 27 cents a day to help kids and seniors and people experiencing homelessness.
Discussions like this take place on the first shift, weekday mornings from 6 to 10, right here on WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN 1410 Radio on Facebook.
For great quality tasting Italian food and pizza, make your destination the Italian Pizza Kitchen on Irving Park in Roselle. The freshest Italian ingredients are used at Italian Pizza Kitchen, where the plentiful pasta dishes are created from old home recipes. Try the piping hot pizza or other favorites like the fall off the bone ribs. Italian Pizza Kitchen has a passion for outstanding food and service. From their family to yours, Bon Appetito. Call 630-582-1900.
In the mood for some great barbecue but just don't have time to make it yourself? Carry out Coleman's Barbecue on Elgin's East Side at 79 Clock Tower. Coleman specializes in ribs, tips, chicken wings, seafood, and sandwiches, with sides like coleslaw, potato salad, and dessert. Try Coleman's Exotic Mild Sauce. It's the bomb. You can also buy sauce in gallon or pint sizes. It's prepared just right, the Coleman's way. Call 224-535-8153.
In the middle of the night, everything will be all right if you listen to Coast right here on WRMN, 7 days a week from midnight to 5 a.m. Each night on Coast to Coast, listeners are captivated by George Noory with discussions on news and current events, conspiracy theories, UFOs, life after death, and all things curious and unexplained. Coast to Coast, every night, midnight to 5 a.m. right here on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us too in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Discover the authentic taste of Italy at Mazziano's Pizza and Pastaria at Route 20 in Nestler in Elgin. There is one true fact of everyday life that never dulls: the simple pleasure of eating great Italian food. At Mazziano's, they'll make sure your dinner or lunch will be the best part of your day. Whether you have a taste for pizza or any of Mazziano's homemade Italian recipes, like ravioli or lasagna, they can also cater your party. Enjoy it any way you like: delivery, carry out, or dine in. Visit Mazzianos.com.
We asked seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up.
Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone. And should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month. If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 800-699-9043.
Check, 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 check. Welcome to a Monday.
Can you bump me up a little bit there, buddy?
Up? Really? You want it louder?
Yeah, it's a little quiet in these things.
Okay. Let's see. You were here.
Okay, that'll work for me.
It's all right?
Yeah.
All right, it is 7:13 here at WRMN. It is a Monday morning. I'm trying to readjust everything. I'm Radio's Marky B along with Larry Jones with a brand new headset. I heard you talking about that headset last week, Larry Jones.
Oh, yeah, I had it on when I was in doing that show with
Sonar yeah.
and Dean. Yeah.
Right?
Boy, that's a lot of pressure. The two new managing partners, and I'm little old me sitting in here thinking, don't screw up, buddy. Don't screw up.
Well, I had my WRMN app on, Larry, from
Did you?
down in Florida that morning.
Oh, well, it's a good Monday, buddy. A little overcast, but I came in. You're here. I missed you last week.
Yeah, you
I
did?
have coffee
Yeah, thanks to CK, she brought some coffee today.
And?
What's needed today?
and a cupcake.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to get to that yet.
No, I think I might wait because she makes cupcakes like I do, like 50% cake, 50% frosting, kind of. That's the way I do.
I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather have 75%
Me
frosting.
too. Yeah. Matter of fact, you could just fill up the cupcake.
What's the
little
point of
paper
the
thing.
cake anyway?
It's a vessel. That's all it is. It's
Yeah.
a vessel.
Well,
Is the boost loud? Do you know if it's good enough off this thing? It sounds quiet. The feed sounds quiet to
it does?
my side. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh well, we'll have to work on it. You can let us know if you don't hear us well.
I remember back, I'm not sure when it was, Larry, but you told me at some point in the past that you liked headsets that had the mouthpiece up to your mouth.
I do. A lot.
So I guess that must be the one I saw Sonar in his office with one like the week before last. And I
doing
said,
some
Larry
tests.
likes those types of headsets.
Yes. Well,
So-
that was one of the things they told me when I met with them to talk about doing the Tuesday show.
Yeah.
Was that they had a new present for me.
Ah. You get presents around here.
Well, I got one from them. I get more presents from CK and other people like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, been doing okay?
I got a little cold.
You do?
It won't go away.
I think
Will not leave me.
I think I might have had a cold on my vacation.
Yeah. I feel it. I feel it kind of raspy. During the night when I woke up, I was a little congested and stuff.
Yeah.
It won't leave me.
It was my vacation, so I was refusing to accept the cold.
I refuse.
I was. I mean, I think I was sick for
Yeah.
a couple, 2-3 days, but I just kept on going because I was on vacation. I couldn't stop.
You can't call in sick on vacation.
No.
Say, listen, count today and tomorrow as sick days. I'm not wasting my vacation on this.
Yeah, because I was sleeping a couple
Yeah.
days longer than I normally do and
Right.
stuff. I couldn't get out of bed. And
I know. That's not fun.
yeah.
But, well, that kind of destroys the idea I had. Yesterday, when I was kind of doing things around, I kept thinking, boy, if I was in Florida and I could be sitting and let the sun bake on my head a little bit,
Yeah.
I think it would kind of clear this up. Now if it didn't help you, it probably wouldn't help me.
Well, I feel okay now. I got some sun on my head and stuff, and I think I regulated it to a certain degree. I put sunblock on. I put a ball cap on when I was a little bit scared.
Ball caps are good ideas, I
Yeah.
think.
So-
Plus, they look cool.
Yeah.
Do you wear yours backwards?
No.
I
I
never.
don't think I'm cool enough for that.
There are some people, though, that look just right.
Yeah.
If I try that, I look like Spanky from our gang with his beanie on instead. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have that backwards hat thing.
Yeah, me neither. Every once in a while, like when I'm doing push-ups or something, I'll turn my hat around so it doesn't bump on the ground when I'm going down for a push-up.
Right.
But I don't think that's my look, though. So
Not your look.
no. Well, if you want to call the show today, please help us through.
You should.
Yeah.
You should.
847-931-1410 is the number to call.
You know, one of the things we did on that Tuesday show
Yeah.
was, and we only had a few calls, was try to find out during that time how they listen or watch us.
Right.
Whether they're using their good old AM radio, whether they're using the WRMN 1410 app,
Yeah.
or they're YouTubing us to try to get a clearer picture of everything that's being used.
You took a survey during the show.
But we didn't have a lot of calls that day.
Okay.
It was kind of a surprise show.
Well, I think it surprised people probably
Yes,
because
that's what I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Doug Steffen was on every other day and so to suddenly have you guys appearing on a Tuesday was a little bit
Out of
awkward.
nowhere, out
Yeah.
of the fog. I know. It was
But-
good. I kept me in tune, kind of.
So you couldn't really get a good read then?
No.
Okay.
We really couldn't. No.
Yeah.
Actually, it's kind of a mix. What I really found is a lot of the regular callers didn't call. A lot of.
I heard George.
Yeah, George did. Well, I
Yeah.
knew he would, though. You know,
Yeah.
I knew he would.
Well, so call us today. 847-931-1410. We're on YouTube. Lots of folks are saying hey on YouTube this morning. And the operator, the director, Dean DeLaley.
Oh, morning, Dean.
He says, welcome back, Marky B, from your week off. Good morning, Fox River Valley and all the first shifters. Looking forward to another great morning with Marky B and the crew, says the director. Linda Carter is in this morning. She says, good morning, Larry J.
Hey, Linda.
Welcome back to Monday. BHB's on YouTube today, says, good morning, Mark and First Shifters. Welcome back to me. Thank you, BHB. Crazy Kathy in the house this morning with a simple hey.
Well, sometimes it doesn't take much to get your message
No.
across.
Hey back at you.
Right at you.
Crazy
Yeah.
Kathy. Glad you're doing okay. And the Sultan of South Elgin, the new nickname for South Elgin, Chris, says, good morning, Marky B and the WRMN Shifters. Happy Easter to everyone. Let's take a phone call, 847-931-1410 this morning. I heard this guy calling Sonar, actually. Sonar filled in the radio shopping show on the previous Friday as I was leaving town. And I was listening to WRMN leaving town, which it does carry a long way in the Chicago area.
Oh, really?
Heading east, yeah. Took a while for me to start to lose the signal. And while I was listening to Sonar, I was curious as to how he was going to handle the radio shopping show, because if you haven't done it, it's not the easiest thing to do in the world.
I don't think it's easy at all.
But, Sonar's a very intelligent man, as you've learned already. And so he seemed to be handling it pretty well. And this guy called him at 847-931-1410. And I think this guy called him, Larry, to offer his services. He said, if you need any advice on some things that I think you can do with the radio station, let me know.
Sarge?
No, David.
Well, that was my next guess.
847-931-1410. So let's see if we can reflect on that call, because I don't know what happened in the next week, if David called any more or not.
Oh, I see.
On any other shows. But he did call the Friday as I was leaving town to talk to Sonar.
If you need some help, I'm there for you.
He's there for us.
There you go.
Good morning, David.
Hello.
Hey, David.
How you doing?
Hi. Oh, okay. Glad you and Lorena. It was just you and Lorena?
Yeah, it was just the two of us.
You can make it if you try.
Glad you made it back safe, and hope Larry feels better.
Thanks, David.
And, anytime you guys need suggestions, let me know. Just ask. But anyway, what I was going to say is I heard that the former Sears headquarters is going to be demolished in the next couple of weeks. I forgot where I heard that news story. Because I think they're going to build a big data center there.
Where's that at?
Is that in Hoffman? Where is that?
Hoffman, yeah, by Beverly Road.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think I did see something about that. Yeah.
And Dragon Buffet, I drove by it at the mall. They have a sign that they're moving. Cali Barbecue closed down. I think they're going to be moving into that same building.
Oh, the Cali Barbecue on Route 31 in West Dundee?
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad. They used to have cruise nights every Friday night up there.
Yeah. Is that the same building that has struggled no matter what it's been, though?
There's two buildings there.
Yeah.
The two that seem to
Maple and Hash, the building that Maple and Hash is currently
right
occupying. You used to see Hungry Lion years ago.
Number 10 Downing Street at one time.
Number 10 Downing Street, and just many other restaurants. Oh, yeah. What's that one bar that's in South Elgin?
Oh, yes. Stanley's.
Stanley's, yep.
Which is no longer Stanley's.
El Flaco.
No business could remain in business there.
I don't know what El Flaco means.
It's a Mexican restaurant.
No,
now.
I know that, but I didn't know if people are going, El Flaco, what is that? That's a white guy running a restaurant, a Mexican restaurant. Oh, okay. Got it.
El Flaco is Stanley in Hispanic.
That's right.
and the Lake Zurich Tacos El Norte, a very fine restaurant, is run by a lady from Croatia who speaks Spanish, and she runs a Mexican restaurant. It's one of the better ones on the planet. Tacos El Norte in Lake Zurich on Route 12.
David's just out there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know.
I mean, he's always
so they're because Dragon Buffet is obviously not going to be able to be open at Spring Hill Mall. I mean, Spring Hill Mall is closed, and they used to be part of Spring Hill Mall. Dragon Buffet. I thought they would make a little private entrance and let them still stay there, but I guess they just want to close the entire place down, get ready for the next
Just going to retool.
step.
Yeah. And then I see Stratford. Stratford's going too.
Yeah. Stratford and Spring Hill both.
Someday, people that are young right now be able to tell their kids, I remember when we used to go to these really big malls. You would park your car and could walk around inside all day, and the kids would be going, you're kidding.
Yeah.
No, it was very cool.
We were teenagers. We walked around in these big malls.
Yeah, and there was food courts.
There was boys and girls. The boys looked at the girls sometimes when they were walking by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, those were the days.
Yeah.
And there'll be
Yeah, I had a
people.
lot of memories of Spring Hill Mall.
People
My daughters playing in the play area, and just it's really sad.
I know. And everybody will say how much they missed it, and it'll be much like when people post pictures of Gromers. If all those people would have kept shopping at Gromers, maybe it would still been open.
Right.
Yeah, Gromers was a nice store.
Yeah, it
and
was
they
a
had
great
like
store.
20, going back in time,
Yeah.
25-cent ice cream cones, and
I know.
it was like a headquarters, like a lot of stuff, services and everything. A nice store, but
Well-
at least we have Woodman's. Have a good day.
See you, David.
Thanks, David.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
There's not really, you can't really judge when David's ready to take an exit. You know what I mean? It's not like you don't feel a downward swing in the emotion.
Yeah.
It's all of a sudden he just hits the eject button and he's out.
Yeah. That's not the bad way to go, though.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
You know the old saying, leave him wanting more.
He just left us
In
wanting
radio.
more.
In radio.
If we say he left us wanting more too loudly, though, we might call back.
Yeah, I didn't mean it.
847-931-1410. Yeah, no more Stratford, no more Spring Hill Mall, no more Charlestown Mall.
I know.
How did Woodfield make it? They're just in such a great great area.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know, but, I still don't. I think the last 2 times I was at Woodfield was to go to the Apple store. I don't think I've done anything else than just go to the Apple store. And yeah, I think you have to go through like Nordstrom's or something to get to the Apple store. But I don't shop. I don't want to shop.
No, I have no desire to go to Woodfield Mall whatsoever.
No, I didn't. But I didn't like it during the heyday of malls. I don't want to shop. I just
hear
don't
you.
want to.
847-931-1410, hour one of this portion of the first shift here on this Monday morning.
Right.
April the 1st, opening day for the Cubs today, Lair, at home.
April Fool's Day, Mark. Don't forget that.
That too, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the Cubs are going to play, though, Larry.
I can't wait for the Sox season to start. I don't know when their opening day is.
Yeah. It always seems this way, though, after we have periods of warm weather.
Yeah.
I know. And unusually warm Februaries are fairly unusual, but took place, I think, for the second straight year this year. But it always seems like first week of April when the Cubs come home to start their first portion of their home season.
Right.
It gets rainy and cruddy and cold.
Yeah.
And right now it's 41 degrees outside, and showers are expected this afternoon. It rained all night, so I would say that game would not be a fun one to go to today.
Did you hear the rain come? I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Cubs are expected to play Colorado today. And Cubs they got one yesterday, 9-5. Texas is pretty good, though.
They're not a bad team. They seem to be pretty. They seem to be pretty tight. They play well.
I think that's what makes you world champions, Larry. And they were the
probably
world champions last year. But and the Cubs had a 3-2 lead going into the bottom of the 9th inning of the first game of the season and let it slip away on a home run that tied the game and went to extra innings. Morrell would have hit a grand slam, but it went a few feet foul. So the Cubs could have won 2 out of 3 in Texas.
Right. That would be a good start.
Yeah. So they won. They scored 4 in the 9th inning yesterday and beat Texas 9-5.
I think now maybe there'll be time to make him a better third baseman, but my feeling is that that's an experiment that can't last.
Yeah, he made an error yesterday.
And they had to move it. They had to get rid of him one game for a defensive replacement.
Did they?
Yeah. It's just, I like that guy a lot. I think he's a great teammate. I bet he's great in the clubhouse. He's got all that energy, but he's not necessarily a defensive plus.
Right.
And I don't know where you can put him. I don't know. maybe he's going to end up being a designated hitter. But, you know, some guys don't do well in that. They need to be they need to be in the flow of the game, not just sitting watching. So I don't know.
Yeah, and the problem is, third base is a very important position, especially in tight games late in the game.
Yeah.
Can't afford a mistake.
No. And you don't have time to, some of those hits, those balls are hit so hard coming down there. It's got to be a natural position. You have to be a natural third baseman. What's his name? The fellow that came from the White Sox, who was the second baseman that they made a third baseman?
Oh, Nick Madrigal.
He's a good defensive third baseman.
Yeah.
He adapted really, really well.
Yeah, and I think he's a pretty good hitter, too.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a slugger, and a lot of times I think third base is one of the places you have a slugger on a team. But
I guess my point with Morel is if you play him at third base, and then it's like a 3-3 game going to the eighth inning, you kind of need to pull him and put your better third baseman in.
And then you lose his bat.
You lose his bat.
I know.
And you want his bat late in the game.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of a clutch hitter.
Well, I'm kind of happy about the White Sox, though. I heard the other day somebody on one of the sports channels said they thought they were going to have another 100-loss year.
Yeah.
So there's 3 gone off that list now. If they just would lose 100 in a row, we will not be in the playoffs, but we would finish the year on a real upswing. You know, they went like 62 in a row.
Well, did you watch the White Sox at all this weekend? They lost all 3 games by 1 run.
Yes.
All 3. I mean, I don't know if Detroit's going to be any good or not, but all 3 games by 1 run.
I just watched snippets of the show, of the games, because I was kind of caught up in the NCAA tournament.
Oh, yeah, you were?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I kind of sat there and, you know, I control the TV now.
Yeah.
I control the temp. I pretty well control stuff.
Yeah.
And so I kind of flipped back and forth, but most of the time, if there was a college game on, I stayed with that.
Yeah. Man, the college tournament has had no bearing on my life whatsoever, but I've heard some about it.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's take a phone call. 847-931-1410.
Sounds good.
7:32 Monday morning, trying to get back in the swing. First day of April, there's Cheeseburger. Sherry Ashenbrenner going by.
You think those people last week took different routes to get places because they didn't need to come by? You know, the honkers log, they thought, well, I can actually take the shortest way to work. You know?
No, I don't think people make special trips.
I think they do. I believe
you do?
That. I do. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a destination.
I don't think Sherry Ashenbrenner does because the City Hall's right over there.
I bet not. I bet this might be the closest. Unless she lives north of there, then you'd be like, oh, okay.
Well, we have good old Bob on the phone.
Wow, that's kind of early for Bob.
Yeah. Good morning, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Good morning, gentlemen.
How are you?
Glad to see you back.
Thanks, Bob.
When you were gone, a number of curious things happened.
Really? Tell me about them, Bob.
The programming got to be a little difficult, I guess. You know, the holiday, people don't want to be down there if they don't have to be.
Mm-hmm.
And we had some curious reruns of programming. Of all the things that they decided to fill in the vacant spots with was a replay of the radio shopping show. And I forget what the young man's name is.
Matt?
Yeah. He was on, and he was talking, and he was trying to sell stuff, and every once in a while he'd come in with the time and talk about different things, and he was not there.
Right.
People tried to call, and all that they got was no answer. And other times, between programs, we get this goofy guitar music that goes on and on and on, repeating the same 8 bars over and over again. It's better than dead air, I guess, but not much better. So there are a lot of changes that are being made, and I'm sure that there are a lot of adjustments that have to be done. But
yeah,
I missed you, my friend.
Well, thank you, Bob.
You're the program director, and we needed one while you were gone.
Yeah, we got to work on refining some of those reruns as far as when they run, and I'm not exactly sure what all you're talking about as far as I didn't hear some of it, but I'll look into it, Bob.
And in the middle of the night, when you expect some far out stuff, you don't expect country music at 2 o'clock in the morning. But all of those things, I guess, are fill-ins, and I guess it'll improve with time. Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, I'll look into it now that we're back. Now that I'm back, Bob, and we'll see if we can work out some of the kinks for you. Thanks for letting me know.
Alrighty, guys. One other thing, I'm rather curious. We had a sort of an early spring, but a lot of the things that don't seem to be coming up. Around the front of my house, I had hostas, which are beautiful ground cover, next to the house.
Yeah.
But I noticed last year that I didn't see too many bees, and I don't think that the hostas did too terribly well, and I haven't seen them at all so far this year. But
ours are starting to come up a little bit. Are you not seeing yours at all yet?
Not at all.
Yeah, ours have started to come out of the ground just a little bit. I can see them
But this is on
poking out.
the north side of the house, so the sun doesn't get there too much yet.
Ah.
All right, gentlemen, I'm glad you're back, and I'm glad you had a good trip. No problems, nothing broke down.
No, thank God. Don't thank you for the well wishes, Bob. It's good to be back.
Take care, my friends.
Take care.
Bob.
Bye now.
7:35 here at WRN. Bob sounded kind of stopped up there too, didn't he?
I know.
Maybe it's just the time of the year, I guess.
I know.
Colds are going around. The weather's kind of bebopping back and forth.
Up and down, round and round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7:36. Phone lines open, 847-931-1410. I couldn't get the Marquee Network. I was going to order it. I was going to order it in Florida.
Right.
And then I was going to order it again when we got to Nashville Saturday night to watch the Cubs game in Nashville. It kept saying the Marquee Network is out of range or something like that.
Wow.
You're not in the Cubs area, so you can't order Marquee. So maybe you have to live around here to order Marquee?
I have no idea, buddy.
I wonder why they wouldn't want to make that money from all around the country if they could.
I would think there are enough transplanted Cubs fans all over.
Yeah.
That they would make money with that, but maybe the idea of getting a provider in those areas to pay what maybe Marquee wants for whatever listeners or watchers, whatever, maybe it just doesn't work out. I don't know. I know sometimes like WGN will be in like a dispute with some provider, and all of a sudden you're getting messages back in the old days saying tell your provider to renew the contract with WGN or whatever. So I don't know. It's a tough business, buddy.
Yeah, but I mean, if Marquee has got their own app, which they do.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I mean, I know here locally they're also on Comcast, right?
Right. I get it as part of a package with Xfinity or something.
Yeah.
I don't think I would pay for it if I did.
It's one of the few things I watch fairly religiously are the Cubs. But I think I only paid $5.99, $6.99, maybe a month for it last year. Once I did order it halfway through the season.
Right.
Now they're trying to tag me for $19.99.
Really?
Yeah. So.
You got to pay that price, buddy?
I think I might.
They got you, don't they?
Well, not sure how high I'll go, but I think I can still maybe attain $19.99 a month.
I think I could do that. Taking pop bottles back.
Otherwise, I'll be going places to watch the Cubs games sometimes, and I'll be spending much more money.
I know. Yeah.
So, 847-931-1410 if you want to join us here. The commander, Mark Smith, checks in from the American Legion this morning. Happy Monday, First Shifters. The Queen of Hearts tonight. And I guess it has continued to survive while I've been gone. Tonight, American Legion Post 57. The Queen is worth $23,368.
If I win that, I'd give you the 368, Mark.
I thought you were only going to give me the 8.
No. That's how happy I am you're back.
Wow.
I know. But don't get too excited.
Because you're not going to play?
Probably not. Actually, since I don't understand the game, I don't know if I have to go in there and pick my own numbers.
Yeah.
Or if they randomly...
No, you pick your own.
You do?
Yeah, but there's only a few more... I don't 100% understand the game yet, but it's pretty easy to figure out once you're there.
I always hate it because you give them like $10 and then a day later they say you didn't win.
I know.
I'd like to know a little bit more about how that is, you know. Bad news, you didn't win. Really? Oh.
Yeah, well, they'd be happy to explain it to you, Larry, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Queen is worth 23,368. Tickets are on sale today, 18 for $10, and you need not be present to win. And if you want to watch it, it's on What's Happening in Elgin on Facebook.
Really?
So you could buy tickets, sit at home, and watch it on Facebook if you wanted to.
Wow. Maybe I ought to stop by and buy a couple of tickets so that I can give you money.
I think that'd be
I could
great.
offset the cost of Marquee for you. You know that?
$368.
I could.
Yeah.
That would be my gift to you, Mark.
I could have gotten... Are you, like, afraid to subscribe
Yes.
to free trials? Free
I
trials?
always say to them, I'll do this if you tell me it will stop on
its
that
own?
date. And they always say, no, you'll have, no, then I'm not doing it. Yeah, because they know you're going to lose it somewhere in the date or whatever, and yeah.
Yeah, because when I was trying to subscribe to Marquee in Nashville Saturday night, and I couldn't do that, I went to MLB.TV.
Yeah.
Now, they want $149 for the whole season,
Mhm.
any game you want the whole season. But start my free trial now. I could do that. I tried to click on that button. I was thinking about it.
Mhm.
But it was still showing me $149.99.
Oh.
Click on the side of your phone twice to subscribe now.
Mhm.
Would I be subscribing to the $149.99 or would I get a free trial? I was too scared to press the buttons, Larry.
See, that's a flaw in marketing, isn't it? When your approach is too scary to people, that's not a good thing. I'm not a marketing genius, but I think that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even then it said, after your free trial, you do have to stop it on your own.
You could do that, right? I mean, you could do that. If
All you got to go to your settings.
And then just stop payment, right? Just be
Yeah.
a couple of days ahead and not have it automatically renew.
It's just too hard to remember that.
I have two things that every year I think I need to do this before it renews again.
Yes.
And then I get busy or I forget or something. And then the next year I'll go,
I know what you mean. I bet almost everybody has that problem.
I think they make a business out of that problem.
Yeah. 847-931-1410. Well, good luck at the American Legion tonight. 23,368. That's the biggest pot they've had there in a long time, I'm thinking.
I know.
Maybe ever.
Speaking of big pots, aren't both of the major...
Are they still going too? Powerball?
I think Powerball's like maybe 900 and some million, maybe. Or I saw a blurb this morning when I was looking at the Herald, which I've decided I'm now going to talk about them.
You
again.
are?
Yeah, I'm just going to.
You're over. They're over their suspension with you.
Well, we'll see how they do. I mean, I think the ball's back in their court again, Mark, to see if they continually use you as their reporter and don't give you any credit.
Yeah.
I'll be mad at them again. It wouldn't hurt for them to say they're like the chief of police, her weekly WRMN.
I know.
I don't know why they won't do that. I do not understand why they won't do that. Because you mention the Herald all the time.
Right.
I quit mentioning the Herald because they made me mad. And I hold a grudge. I'm a grudge holder.
I hear you.
Yeah. And anyway, but there was something in there this morning that, and I think it was Powerball. But what's the other one? Mega Million?
Yeah.
I think that maybe I think I would have known if somebody won that, but I thought it was getting close to being like over $1 billion or something like that. Now, if you win $1 billion,
Yeah.
I have a feeling. You know how they say people who win don't want anyone to know till they get everything like in place. I win $1 billion, you'll know. You'll know.
Oh, if you won $1 billion?
Oh, you know.
Yeah.
That's not one of those things where
It's happy to keep it to your. It's hard to keep it to yourself.
You'd be saying to me, "Hey, how's your day going?" Okay. it's pretty,
Another day.
Another day. Could be a little sunnier.
Yep. Just living the dream.
Little dream. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be hard to keep that a
I
secret from
couldn't.
everybody,
You
right?
couldn't. People would either think that, I don't. You couldn't do it.
He doesn't seem to care about much anymore. I
No.
wonder what happened to him.
No, I know. I saw him give his car to someone.
Has he lost his mind?
Yeah, I think that's it. He's finally, we knew it was going to happen. It has. He snapped.
May 479-314-10. Terry S. says, welcome back, Mark. You and Larry were missed.
Thanks, Terry.
Good morning, Larry says, first shift Sherry.
Hi, Sherry.
FSS in the house this morning.
Yes.
Let's see. Trusty loyal Christina checks in and says, good morning, first shifters, Marky B and Larry Jones. Missed everyone. Have a great day.
Why Sonar talk about Stallone? Over the top. What is that?
What's the reference there?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. Mark Cool Blue checks in driving by.
Just hang loose, bro.
Yeah, he says, just hang loose, bro, with his hand signal.
Uh-huh.
And then this usually plays after that.
Jive ass dude don't got no brains in it.
Wrong one.
Really?
Yeah.
Because that was really good.
This one here.
Cut me some slack, Jack.
What is that? I never understand that.
Cut me some slack, Jack.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I watched a movie while I was away.
Was it a movie we'll be proud of you for, or another one?
No.
Oh.
It was an airplane, though.
Was it like Pretty in Pink or something?
No.
Okay.
It was all about the fact that we were on vacation.
Yeah.
We watched European Vacation.
Which might be one of the worst ones of them, I think.
You didn't like that one?
No.
It got kind of corny later in the movie.
Yeah, pretty soon you have to, pretty soon you're making a movie called like Sleepy Hollow Vacation.
Yeah.
You know.
European was that the second one? Or
I don't know. There was Christmas? No.
Yeah, Christmas had to be the second one, right?
It was. And because the first one was when they went to Wally World.
Right.
Which I thought was a great movie.
Yeah. Yeah. European Vacation was okay.
Yeah.
It was decent, I thought.
They just keep stretching it. I thought like Home Alone 2 or whatever. Pretty soon that kid's got to think, they don't like you. They don't like you. They don't care that you're home alone. So just suck it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you enjoy that movie? Had you seen it before?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't like...
That's the problem. I shouldn't watch movies that I've seen before because there's so many that I haven't seen.
You know, right now, and I don't often speak for George because he does a good job speaking for himself, but right now, I think wherever he's at and whatever he's doing, he feels a certain disappointment in you.
I know.
And he wants you to be... He really wants you to be more of a broad-based, kind of a Renaissance man. He would like for you to be a bit of a Renaissance man.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not. You're not.
I attain certain things that please George.
Yes.
But there's another...
You're not the total package.
I'm not the total package.
No, you're not. No.
And movies is one area that I sorely lack.
I know. I mean, I agree with him about there are certain movies that if you want to have your man card, you better have a punch next to them. You have to. You can't move on until you completed those tasks. You've done some.
Godfather's one of those movies, probably, right?
Yeah, probably. I mean, that was a great movie, but it's not on my list of must-sees myself. But I saw it when it was in the theater, you know. Mm-hmm. So I always think Goodfellas on that list. Have you seen Goodfellas?
No.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
I like it because Godfather, there was a lot of violence, but you didn't, you seemed to be like, it was like if violence was like a football game. You saw it from the stands, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Goodfellas, it's like you're on the sidelines and it's happening right in front of you. A lot of good violence, good old homegrown.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell when people, I can tell that's a major shortcoming of mine.
Yes.
When I'm in a regular conversation and a movie gets brought up or a reference, someone says something that someone said in a movie,
yes.
and they assume that everybody around them knows.
It's like going, ha, and you're like,
yeah.
Wonder what that.
And then I get you haven't seen that?
Well, you know what you maybe need to do until you were able to kind of bridge this shortcoming is work on kind of keeping just where they can't read. Don't look and wonder at people about things. Kind of give them that You know what I mean.
Act like you've seen it?
Let's say you found out there was free coffee in the doctor's lounge at the hospital, and you'd like some free coffee. Put a white shirt, a white coat on, and go in there and just occasionally shake your head. Don't talk to people. Just go,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's, I remember, stuff like that.
I think I'll get a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
While I'm in here.
Right. Yeah. How do you guys get blood off your hands? Yep. Things like that.
Yeah. 7:49 here at WRMN. Hour one of this show. We're going till 9 today.
Yeah. 2 hours of rock'em sock'em radio, buddy.
I know.
Voice of the Valley. I'm working on that. The Voice of the Valley.
Oh, it's right here.
Maybe we should have it up on a big board so I can.
Probably.
That'd be like our motto.
The Voice of the Valley and the Talk of the Town.
There you go. I kind of like that.
I do like that. And the home of the radio shopping show still.
I know. And you know what? That's not overstated. If you enjoy this, might be another good time to say to people, hey, have you checked in at WRMN recently? You know, your friends.
Yeah.
Wouldn't hurt. Wouldn't hurt, would it?
No.
And I know that Sonar mentioned this, and I think that we mentioned it when I was on with Dean as well. If you're viewing on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. You know, doesn't cost you anything.
Right.
Nobody's going to show up at your door trying to sell you like WRMN commemorative plates or anything like that.
And it's not a free trial.
Not a
that
free
you have
trial.
To cancel.
No, just hit the like.
Yeah.
Hit the like. Hit the little bell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That helps the word that I've heard a lot around here in the last few weeks, algorithm.
That's exactly. Because it'll make it pop up quicker to people who are just kind of looking through or something. And to know us is to love us, Mark. You know that.
Yeah.
If people would just stop by and we can kind of get up close to them, they're not getting away from us.
Well, some people don't love us because they don't know us because they don't know about us.
That's
and
exactly
if
right.
that algorithm spreads,
right,
then they will find out about us without even trying to find out about us.
Because
right?
there are still people, and I know there are fans of the radio shopping show. I know that. And I still love the live large for less thing. I like that.
Yeah.
But there are still people, when you mention WRMN, say, oh, yeah, that's that radio shopping show channel, isn't it? Station. So we have to get it. We just have to keep working at it.
Yeah.
Working.
And
maybe give people a quarter to listen and then give them a test before you pay them.
It's hard to lose your reputation when you've established it for so long,
exactly
right?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying we're trying to lose that reputation.
No.
We're just trying to add to that.
That's right. There's more. There's more to it. Yes. Witty banter.
Lots of witty banter.
Witty banter.
Mm-hmm.
That could be my radio name. Witty banter.
It's not bad.
I don't know. Used to be the idea was the perfect disc jockey name was a 1-syllable first name and a 2-syllable last name. That's what they used to say. 1 and 2. But I don't know now.
847-931-1410. Let's take a call and check in with my friend David Tees.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, David.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, guys. How you doing? Welcome back.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah. Well, tired. I don't want to go to work today.
Yeah, I heard that.
Terrible.
I mean,
I know.
Yeah. I'm very excited to be back at work.
Yes, you are. I had to settle him down.
I don't usually get a vacation like you guys do.
Well, life's a vacation for me, David. It's okay.
Good thing you left, Mark. Everybody around here is getting sick. I mean, I'm sick. Obviously, you can tell my voice is not normal.
Yeah.
Like some kind of virus going around out there.
Mm-hmm.
Hope it's not the COVID.
No. I had to go to urgent care because it was hard for me. So I went in there and they tested you for that, the COVID and the flu, and they said, "Oh, no COVID, no flu." So I was happy about that, but I ended up with an infection in my chest. Gave me a bunch of drugs to take, legal, and an inhaler with steroids. Never done that before in my life. So I guess I told my wife I'm going to get buffed now. I'm on steroids.
That's right. You're going to have some roid rage going on.
Yeah,
You know that?
you're going to get mean, too.
Yeah.
You're going to start tearing things up.
Yeah.
Randomly.
But you'll be able to hit the ball further. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, you'll be able to hit the green on a par 5 on your first shot.
You'll have 2 weeks, so there'll be an asterisk next to it.
Yeah, my golf league starts tomorrow. The weather doesn't look good for that one.
Yeah, they'll be going, wow, the distance, holy smokes.
But when you have a bad slice, you'll throw your golf club halfway down the fairway because you're mad.
That's right.
It's rage. Yeah.
Rage.
Huh. Oh, well, I hope you guys enjoyed your vacation and had some fun. I just wanted to say I'm going to have to try the American Legion Queen of Hearts. We went Saturday to the VFW in Dundee, and their Queen of Hearts was like up to $93,000, and it rolled over that Saturday. So I don't know what it's going to be next Saturday, but that's a lot of money right there.
That is. That's not chump change.
No.
Well, so we the family of us going up there tonight because they got prime rib, baked potato, and vegetables for $15.
At the VFW?
Supplies last. Yeah, the VFW. First Monday of the month, they do prime rib dinner, 8-ounce prime rib, baked potato, and vegetables for $15.
8 ounces are good. That's a nice cut. You're not overdoing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, baked potato and vegetables, that fills you up. And
right.
It's $15. Where are you going to get that at, guys?
The VFW in Dundee.
There you go.
West. I'm trying to figure out what side of the river's on.
It's right on the First Street or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just couldn't decide which was east and which was west. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to go take my mom Pac-Man there with us and have some prime rib.
Cool, man.
Yep.
Well, have a good time. Good to hear from you.
Thanks, David.
You too. Welcome back, guys.
Take care.
Thanks.
Bye.
David T's checking in.
I think he's right. There's a lot of respiratory stuff that's around. I feel really nasally today. Nasally.
Yeah. I kind of had a cough for a couple days, which I never really have a cough.
I know.
So, 847-931-1410. One more thought on the Daily Herald before I lose it, because I'm losing thoughts today, Larry.
That's all right.
It's a losing thoughts Monday. If I don't write it down, it's gone in like 2 minutes.
Here's what I think. People are so happy you're back. You're going to get a lot of leeway. You know what I mean? You know, they're going to say like, boy, that show was kind of screwy. Yeah, but Mark was back.
Really?
Mark was back. Isn't that great? Yeah.
I saw that while I was gone, because you mentioned the Daily Herald for the first time in a while.
Yes.
That
it's a kinder, gentler me, buddy.
James Fuller was...
He's retired or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah, or let go, cut loose, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
But, because he posted on Facebook, I think.
I know. He'd been there a long time.
Yeah, I don't really know James. Do you know James at all?
No, I mean, I know him only from his... I've seen him, but I wouldn't if he walked in, I wouldn't say hi, Jim. So.
Nah.
Yeah.
But might be another sign of the times of the struggles of the newspaper, Larry.
Pretty soon the newspapers are going to be like social media. Have a story? Put it in.
We need something.
Yeah. Post it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's scary because more of our news is going to come from
whatever. You know?
Not real sources.
Yeah. Nothing will get fact-checked.
People on the streets. Yeah.
I know.
I thought about that, Larry, because of the fact that you said that maybe they'll start to recognize us a little bit more.
Right.
You know? Maybe it's not a bad idea. We could recognize each other and work together.
Well, I've thought that through time, but they don't seem to want to do that.
Yeah.
If anything, it might just mean they'll rely on us, not me. I hope they're not relying on me, but you and the station. But, you know, are you gonna have a reporter? No, we'll just listen to the radio. You know.
Yeah.
Are we taking a break?
I think we're about
hold
to
on
be
loosely, and we're backing out, right?
Yeah, I think we're gonna get that auto break that hits us here.
Good. Oh, we should be better anyway, right?
Yeah. So we'll take this top of the hour break. We'll catch some national news here in a couple of minutes, and then we're back with the next hour of the first shift.
Stay with us
on a Monday, right here on WRMN.
Yep.
Columbia College of Missouri Elgin campus is intent in their commitment to open doors and support those who strive for excellence. Too many people have been made to feel that higher education isn't a place for them, that it is someone else's dream. But Columbia College of Missouri has changed all that. With individualized attention and ongoing support, Columbia College knows a future built by you is a future built for you. Columbia College of Missouri Elgin campus, your new starts now. Visit ccis.edu.
Hey parents, are you searching for the ultimate spring break and summer solution for your kids? Look no further than Adrenaline Monkeys Adventure Camp in West Dundee. The week-long camps are ideal for ages 5 through 12. They're packed with exciting activities like obstacle courses, climbing, and educational demos. Look for full or half-day options to keep your kids active and engaged. Enroll now for spring break and summer 2024 at adrenalinemonkeyfun.com/WD and transform their time off into unforgettable adventures.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 8 o'clock.
The Distance Social, your spot for great craft cocktails with meaningful conversation. Whether you're out entertaining a group or out for a memorable nightcap, The Distance Social is your spot for starting or ending the perfect evening. Located at 314 North River Street in beautiful East Dundee, Illinois. Go the distance and find your social at The Distance Social. For many years, Italian Pizza Kitchen in Roselle has been serving quality and excellence. Italian Pizza Kitchen is family-owned with experience in preparing authentic Italian cuisine with the freshest, highest quality ingredients since the 50s. Your food is always prepared fresh with the same traditions, recipes, and standards that they've perfected over the years. Italian Pizza Kitchen has a passion for great cuisine and customer service. Visit ItalianPizzaKitchen.com.
For WRMN 1410 News, I'm Ben Boquist, highlighting a story from the International Business Times. An autistic girl who is 11 has an IQ higher than Einstein and Stephen Hawking. She's studying for her master's degree so she can work for NASA. Adara Perez Sanchez, born and raised in Tlalao, Mexico City, has been pursuing a master's degree at the age of 11 so that she can be an astronaut for NASA one day. Remarkably, Sanchez was able to graduate from elementary school as a 5-year-old, and then just 12 months later, the Mexican had completed both middle school and high school. Despite passing through the education system at a very quick pace, Sanchez encountered many difficulties during this period of her life, as the bullying and lack of empathy shown to her by her teachers caused her to move schools on 3 occasions. To help deal with her depression, Sanchez began seeing a therapist and was recommended to be sent to the Center for Attention to Talent, which specializes in educating the most talented students. This is where she found out about having a remarkably high IQ of 162, which was higher than Einstein and Hawking's score of 160. She's now studying for a master's degree in mathematics at the Technological University of Mexico and believes this can set her on the path to working for NASA in the future. In particular, she has aspirations of traveling to Mars and exploring the planet. Highlighting a story from APnews.com. A robotic dog is being thanked by state police in Massachusetts for helping avert a tragedy involving a person barricaded in a home. The robotic dog named Roscoe was part of the Massachusetts State Police bomb squad and deployed on March 6th in a Barnstable house after police were fired upon. The person, armed with a rifle, twice knocked over the robotic dog before shooting it. The person then shot at one of the other robots in an outdoor swimming pool before the police deployed tear gas and arrested them. The incident provided a stark example of benefits of mobile platforms capable of opening doors and ascending stairs in tactical missions involving armed suspects, state police said in a statement. For WRMN 1410 News, I'm Ben Boquist. According to an article from OPB.org, a federal judge has dismissed ex-owner Elon Musk's lawsuit against a research group that documented an uptick in hate speech on his social media website, saying the organization's reports on the platform formerly known as Twitter were protected by First Amendment rights. Amid an advertiser boycott of X last year, Musk sued the research and advocacy organization Center for Countering Digital Hate, alleging it violated the social media site's terms of service in gathering data for its reports. One of the group's findings, published in June, detailed how racist, homophobic, neo-Nazi, anti-Semitic, or conspiracy content from paid users went unmoderated on the site. In November, Musk sued another group, the left-leaning nonprofit Media Matters for America, over reports that documented how advertisements from major corporations were appearing alongside anti-Semitic content on X. The suit, which is still pending, calls the group's reports a blatant smear campaign. Copyright 2024 to NPR. To see more, visit www.npr.org. Now highlighting a story from the goodnewsnetwork.org. A new study has unveiled a likely future cure for HIV, which uses molecular scissors to cut out HIV DNA from infected cells. To cut out the virus, the team used CRISPR-Cas gene editing technology, a groundbreaking method that allows for precise alterations to patients' genome. for which its inventors won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 2020. They focused on parts of the virus genome that stay the same across all known HIV strains and infected T cells. Their experiments showed outstanding antiviral performance, managing to complete inactive HIV with a single guide RNA and cut out the viral DNA with 2 guide RNAs. Currently, HIV can be kept in check with antiretroviral medication, but no one has actually been cured, although 3 patients receiving stem cell transplants for blood cancer were subsequently declared free of the disease when their HIV became undetectable. The team has a long way to go before their cure will be available to patients, but said these preliminary findings are very encouraging. For WRMN.
Keeping your car's coolant system in good shape with a regular flush is really important. Let the experts at Meineke Car Care Center at 376 Sundown Road in South Elgin remove your old coolant, preventing chemical buildups in your engine. Then they'll fill your entire system with new coolant to help your engine run smoothly and prevent rust and corrosion, increasing your engine's lifespan. To schedule your appointment, call 847-888-9644.
For an absolutely amazing meal and attentive, smiling staff, try Red Ox Restaurant and Bar in Hampshire. They have a delicious Friday night fish fry. There's so many great dishes on the menu that'll keep you returning. Try their savory French onion soup. Then for your main course, choose from a wide variety of steaks and chops, fried chicken, shrimp, or juicy prime rib, done just the way you like it. Red Ox also has daily specials and a full bar for you and your friends. Visit Red Ox Hampshire.
For many years, Italian Pizza Kitchen in Roselle has been serving quality and excellence. Italian Pizza Kitchen is family-owned with experience in preparing authentic Italian cuisine with the freshest, highest quality ingredients since the 50s. Your food is always prepared fresh with the same traditions, recipes, and standards that they've perfected over the years. Italian Pizza Kitchen has a passion for great cuisine and customer service. Visit ItalianPizzaKitchen.com.
Keeping your car's coolant system in good shape with a regular flush is really important. Let the experts at Meineke Car Care Center at 376 Sundown Road in South Elgin remove your old coolant, preventing chemical buildups in your engine. Then they'll fill your entire system with new coolant to help your engine run smoothly and prevent rust and corrosion, increasing your engine's lifespan. To schedule your appointment, call 847-888-9644.
By love of food and wellness, Mockingbird Bar and Garden of East Dundee encourages you to eat seasonal and clean while still indulging a bit. Whether food is served fresh or wood-fired, nothing is overcomplicated. Mockingbird Bar and Garden promises to give your palate something delicious and new and aspires to be a hive of buzz and activity. Start your weekend with an espresso or complement dinner with wine, specialty cocktails, or craft beer. Visit mockingbirdbarandgarden.com today. The lightest, fluffiest pancakes are calling your name at JoJo's Diner, 1935 West Gulf Road in Schaumburg. JoJo's has a huge breakfast menu featuring skillets, eggs Benedict, and so much more. Don't stop at breakfast. JoJo's also offers great burgers, sandwiches, and shakes. And for mouth-watering prime rib, try JoJo's for dinner. They have such a versatile menu. JoJo's Diner is family-owned and operated, and it's one of Schaumburg's best-kept secrets. Visit jojosdiner.com today.
There's a hidden gem in Elgin's South End. It harkens back to the days when going to a diner with family and friends was where everybody gathered for a delicious breakfast or lunch. Ray's Family Restaurant at 801 St. Charles Street in Elgin is a diner that you'll love with tasty food. The atmosphere and the staff are friendly and fast. They're open until 3 p.m. daily. You can never go wrong with Ray's. Visit raysfamilyrestaurant.com. That's raysfamilyrestaurant.com.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. No matter the time of the day, WRMN 1410 AM is your platform to voice your views, share your stories, and connect with the Valley like never before. We're more than just radio. We're a community conversation that's always live, always local, and always looking for your input. Want to chime in on the drive time deal with Matt McNeil? Got a hot tip for first shift with Marky B? Or maybe you've got a question for a one-on-one with Leah. Now's the time to make your voice heard by calling Studio 14 at 847-931-14. 1410. That's 847-931-1410. You can join in the dialogue from wherever you are by commenting on our YouTube live streams at WRMN Radio. Hit the subscribe button to get notified when we go live and bring your comments to the table. It's easy, it's fun, and hey, it's what neighbors do. We talk, we listen, we engage. You're not just the audience, you're part of the show. Call in, comment, and let's make radio interactive. WRMN 1410 AM, where your words are part of our wavelength.
Good wine and food bring people together. Vine and Plate Wine Bar and Provisions serves globally inspired plates and wines from around the world, bringing people together and creating moments that focus on what life is all about. Vine and Plate offers shared plates, flatbreads, sandwiches, and salads. You can choose wines from everywhere, and there's an extensive whiskey list too. Ingredients matter, quality matters, every detail matters. Visit thevineandplate.com today.
That's kind of quiet.
Yeah, it is.
Little Marvin Gaye.
Trying to.
Yep.
Trying to, buddy. Let's
I
see.
like Marvin Gaye.
Let me click this button here and make a difference, I bet. Oh. There we go. Marvin Gaye would have been having a birthday this week, Larry.
Yeah.
But he's been dead for a long time now, since 1984.
Yeah, when his father killed him.
Yeah. He helped shape the sound of Motown back in the 1960s.
You know, I remember watching a documentary about Motown, and Barry Gordy said he asked Marvin not to record the song.
Really?
Because he thought that the time wasn't right for it, and he didn't want to add more kind of more division to things and things like that. And
yeah.
Yeah. And Barry Gordy was very big about the label, you know. He was very big about the label. So, yeah.
Marvin Gaye, born April the 2nd, 1939.
Yeah.
He also sang I Heard It Through the Grapevine.
That's a good song. And he had a love song that makes you think when you hear that song, you ought to be somewhere with someone you care a great deal about. And I can't think of the name of that song. Not that I wouldn't like to be there with you, buddy. I want you to know that. But
is it the Ain't No Woman Like the One I Got?
No.
He doesn't sing that, does he?
No. That's like the Spinners or something like that.
Yeah.
That was like a group of, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good song, too.
Yeah. To make her happy doesn't take a lot.
Yeah. Prince of Motown, Prince of Soul, Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
Let's see. Also born this week in the musician department.
I like musician department.
Yeah.
Jan and Dean, they were both born on this day?
No. City, here we come. Jan Berry.
Oh, yeah.
Born in 1941. Lived until 2004.
You know, that whole beach music, that whole Jan and Dean and the Beach Boys, that still makes me feel kind of happy. Even though the closest I've been to a beach is driving down, I mean, like the ocean there, is driving down Route 1 in California.
Yeah.
But it just makes you feel like fast cars, pretty girls, warm weather. It's hard not to be happy with all that.
I think that that type of music, even though it's, from the early 1960s, early to mid 60s, kids these days don't know it necessarily, but it still makes them think about the beach and stuff when they hear it. So it's sort of stood the test of time in that way.
Dean sent me a thing, Sexual Healing. That's that Marvin Gaye song. That's a snuggle up, hold on to anything you can hold on to kind of song. As a matter of fact.
Sexual Healing. All right, Dean. Well, who sang Ain't No Woman Like the One I Got?
Oh.
If you're so smart.
Hey. tone it down, big man.
Managing operator?
Yeah, managing operator. don't let a groundswell of your everyday listeners get you. You know what I mean? Don't get so big-headed your WRMN hat doesn't fit anymore.
Marvin Gaye died a day before his 45th birthday when his dad fatally shot him at their house.
I understood he said this is the last 45 you're going to listen to.
Yeah. Do you remember why that shooting occurred? Was Marvin acting all crazy?
I think he was. You know, Marvin, he really did have the demon of drug addiction, and maybe his father and he had reached an impasse. I don't know, but it's sad. I mean, you talk about, you know, whether he was singing with like Tammy Terrell or whatever. He was a music machine.
Yeah.
And a good-looking man.
Yeah, he was.
Which doesn't hurt. There's only a few guys that have been like really great singers, and you look and go, ugh, you know?
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the phones if you want to call us this hour. It's 847-931-1410. Go until 9 o'clock today, then Brian Kilmeade. And then you might not be back Wednesday, right?
Yeah, I have some cataract surgery that's been scheduled, and then they pushed it out because I had this respiratory thing.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I can get it done this Wednesday. It's going to cause me to be in and out some strange times as we move forward over the next month. Probably. Yeah.
Can't you do it like on Tuesday or Thursday? Why is it got to be on a show day?
This is going to surprise you.
Yeah?
The doctor didn't seem to
care?
think this was as important as him. I hate it when they're that way.
The doctor's one of those guys that hasn't come around to this show yet, isn't he?
Yeah, he doesn't
Like
know.
we talked about in the first hour.
You know, when I first met him, I said to him, you know, I'm kind of a big deal. He didn't think so.
Wednesday, Larry.
Wednesday.
You're not a big deal.
And one of my follow-ups is on a Friday.
Is that right?
Yeah. Maybe he has heard the show and he thinks he's doing the public a favor.
Mark Ellis checks in on YouTube this morning. He says, Kansas City loves the Elgin boys.
Really?
Guess he lives in Kansas City, checking in on YouTube from Kansas City this morning.
Thanks very much, man.
Mark was a high school classmate of mine.
Really?
Back at Elgin
Was
High School.
He didn't hold for you when you were the
No.
place kicker, did he? Who was your holder? Shouldn't he be occasionally, like, giving them some props for putting you on the list, the scoring list?
Lee Jackson.
Okay.
Lee Jackson, he's still around. He was a good receiver for Elgin High School.
Really? But he was also the holder. A lot of times in the old days, it was a quarterback that was the holder. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lee was the holder for me, and a guy named Steve Hall.
Was the snapper?
No, he was, well, they kind of alternated
I
as
see.
my holders.
All right.
I think later in the season, they didn't want to use Lee as the holder as much anymore because he was more important as a wide receiver. Because he was a good receiver for...
Dino says the Four Tops.
Four Tops.
Ain't no woman like the one I got. That's a good song.
It is a good
That's
song.
a good song. He says Motown is his thing, and there's a lot of people that I could listen to Motown music on a regular old basis.
Me too.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll check my text messages. Bill Gromer checks in.
Hey, Bill.
Good morning, Marky B. Please ask the chief if he worked with my friend Steve Abbott.
Oh, sure.
Yeah?
Steve was my best friend. Steve was my best man when I got married.
Is that right?
Sure. Yeah, Steve was like our buddy Stevie T. Steve died of ALS.
Oh, yeah. You told me about him before.
Yeah, it was a long, sad thing to see. God, he was a fun man. Just a fun guy, just in general. Good athlete, and just a fun guy. Sure.
All right, let's go to the phones, 847-931-1410. I got to remember the transition to put us back on YouTube. Sometimes I forget to do that.
Oh, yeah.
When I take the top of the hour break.
There's no picture right now.
It's coming back now because I just did it.
Oh, boy. We're going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
I hope you're happy.
No, I'm not.
I'm going to sell you out. I'm going to say I beg Mark to do it.
Yeah.
But no. We're back.
Yeah, we're back. So here's a phone call. Good morning. Welcome to the first shift.
Hi, guys. Morning.
Hey, Susan.
I had a feeling it was you, Susan. How you doing?
I'm doing really good. I had a good Easter.
Did the
I
Easter
went
Bunny?
to church.
Did the Easter Bunny bring you stuff?
Yes.
Cool.
A lady that I know, Ruthie, she brought me a bag of some stuff, like 2 juice boxes, some candy, some trail mix, stuff like that.
Trail mix is okay, but I like it just more on the trail. It's not Eastery enough for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had pork rinds on my vacation.
Really?
A whole bag yesterday on the way back driving.
You didn't have like a big chocolate bunny?
No.
Oh boy.
No, I don't.
I don't like those.
I do. I bite
Chocolate
your ears
bunnies or pork rinds, Susan?
Pork rinds.
I like pork rinds. Morning, guys.
They're okay.
You ever had those pork cracklins?
Yeah.
You can't hardly chew them, man.
I know.
I got some down when we were in Alabama, Larry, on the way down.
I bet you did.
Yep. We stopped in Brantley, Alabama for a minute in a little store there, and they needed something to snack on. So I bought some red hot nuts, some red hot nuts, some pork cracklins, and some sunflower seeds.
Wow.
And that helped get me from Brantley, Alabama down to Florida.
Did you just drive down? Were you on 65 going south out of Nashville down through Alabama?
Mm-hmm.
Were you just driving, spitting like sunflower seed
Well,
shells out?
by then we had left 65.
To angle down toward 10, down, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the part of it that I like going that way. I hate going over through by Atlanta. I hate going further east.
No.
But once I have to get off 65, all of a sudden I'm start thinking, I don't know if this is it starts slowing down and you got all those side roads and all that.
You got to cut through Alabama for a while.
You do.
There's a few different ways to get there.
I know.
My phone took me a little bit of a different way this time. It was a little better, actually. I didn't have to go through like Mobile and Troy and all that. I went a little south of Mobile.
Oh, okay.
And then cut across on some country roads.
It's one of those places. Sorry, Susan, we're going to keep you one more minute. It's one of those times that you would think that the U.S. Department of Transportation or whatever would buy up the property and would make a road that connected from 65 that would head straight or a little bit east to hit 10 further east over there instead of sending you down to Mobile and across if you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and now back to Susan. Hi, Susan.
Hi, Susan.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, Becky went with her family on Easter, and I just stayed home by myself, watched a couple of movies, had tortellini with Alfredo sauce. That was really good. And today, Jose, today he made, I brought over hash browns, the big hash browns. I brought over a few eggs and bread.
Wow.
So he made a good breakfast, and they had sausages and toast and scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
Is sausage your favorite breakfast meat?
Yes.
Me too. Me too.
You like it better than bacon?
Yeah. Well,
does bacon count as breakfast meat?
Yeah, bacon's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I would never say I don't think I'll have any, but I kind of like good sausage more. Patties. I'm a big patty guy. Yeah.
When you eat tacos, Susan, do you like tacos?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you prefer flour tortillas or corn tortillas?
I like flour tortillas better.
Corn tortillas are better, guys.
Except they're always like, I'm the guy who always crushes them and then stuff's like running down the front of me.
They break pretty easy.
They do. They should be marked fragile. Yeah.
You gotta use two-ply them.
Yeah, you gotta like lean over. But I like corn better. It's just for the sake of whatever I'm wearing that day. I use it.
Yeah. No, you can get like corn tortillas are pretty cheap though, man.
Well, yeah.
You got like 35 tortillas for like $3.50 or something, or $3.
I know, but
you don't need 35 tortillas. We're gonna have some for a while now.
Yeah. No, when you have like, I like the taste of it. I like corn more. I just don't like the mess that goes with it. That's all.
Have some friends over. Have a party.
Yeah, it's true.
There you go.
Have a big taco party.
Right.
That's a great idea.
Well, so you guys had a pretty good week then?
Yes, we could be at my mom's building this Friday, right?
Oh, it is this Friday already, isn't it? Yeah, I suppose I will be there, delivering food on Friday.
Yeah, I'll be there to help you.
Okay. Well, I look forward to seeing you.
Martha B.
What's that, buddy?
Good. She helps you out. Put her to work.
Yeah, oh yeah. She gets the milks out of the crate and puts them in the boxes for me.
Sure.
We have like 7 or 8 boxes, and it comes with a crate of milk, but the milks aren't already in the boxes.
So you have to get is it a gallon?
It's like a half.
Gallon?
Is it a gallon or a half gallon, Susan? I think it's
half gallon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Susan's got to ride in a hippie van a couple times now. Because after we're done with that, I usually take over to Jose's house and drop her off there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like riding in the hippie van.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's a good van to sit inside of and put milks into boxes.
It's got to be a good food delivery vehicle.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good talking to you guys.
Good talking to you.
Okay.
You guys have a good day.
I'm glad you guys are back. I'm glad you're back.
Thanks, hon.
Thanks. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Guys, be good. Bye.
Bye.
Good
See you,
morning.
Jose.
Good morning, Pacificers.
8:23 here at WRMN.
Yeah.
Susan didn't call you guys last Tuesday, did she?
No.
Yeah, so we haven't talked to Susan for a while then. Good to hear her voice.
Good to hear from her. Her and Jose.
Yep. 847-931-1410, hour 2 here of the show. Let's stay on the phones and see who this is. Good morning. Welcome to the first shift.
Good morning. How you guys doing? It's Trucker Dennis.
Hey, Dennis.
Trucker Dennis. Been a while, buddy.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I've been busy and stuff like that, and, still working and stuff like that. Thinking about retirement this year. Thinking about maybe November, maybe. I'll be 68. I'll see how it goes.
I remember when
like
I was
that.
58. Those were the days.
I think he said 68.
Oh.
Anyway,
Yeah.
you guys were talking about that music. I used to love the car songs back in the day. I didn't care who did them. I loved all the car songs.
Me too.
Ronnie and the Daytonas or the Beach Boys or Jan and Dean. I didn't care. I loved it all.
Right.
You know what I mean? 409 is my favorite song, though.
I always think, and I don't know how you feel about that motor, but they took kind of a questionable motor and made it an icon with that song. You know it?
Yeah, well, yeah. It was basically, supposedly, it was supposed to have been a truck motor.
It was a truck motor.
It was supposed to be able to have high torque and stuff like that and be able to pull loads with it and stuff. And I guess somebody figured out that if you fiddle with it enough that you got a high horsepower, a racing motor type set up right from the factory. So I guess Chevy kind of figured it out a little bit, and they made it available to the general public. And otherwise, it would have just been in trucks and stuff like that. So I mean,
right.
So a lot of the big trucks back then all had gas engines in them and stuff like that, but they had to be high torque and be able to handle a load without knuckling down.
Yeah.
Until the diesels took over. So anyway, I hate it when you guys, Mark. I hate it when you go on vacation. I can't deal with that other program. I have to go to another local station, but I just hate it when you guys go on vacation. I put you guys on in the morning and I listen to you for as long as I can, for as long as my radio will allow in the truck here. But yeah, I just hate it when you guys. I can't see. You know what? Somebody needs to fill in for you here locally. Why can't Steve sit in there? Wouldn't Steve do it for a couple of days?
He might.
Yeah, I'd rather have that local feel and stuff. I don't care too much for that network kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And like I said, I got to go to a local station out of the big city, and it's all right. I don't care for it anymore. The guy that sits in the seat there in the morning is he's been around a long time and stuff like that, and we all enjoy him and stuff. But I'd rather listen to you guys.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I think when we develop a little more of an on-air staff in the coming months than when someone from another part of the on-air staff is on vacation, someone from
kind of flex.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. Well, the goal is to keep it local in the mornings for future vacations.
Well, how about that guy Solar? I heard him a couple of weeks ago on the radio. He sounds like he'd fit right in. He likes to talk. It sounds like he'd be pretty good at it, too.
Sonar?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sonar's good.
He is very good.
Yeah.
But he's got other responsibilities, so it's hard to
Yeah.
get him, it's hard to get him in here on air full time. Yeah.
But he's our engineer now, Dennis. Sonar is, and he's
I
really,
know.
and so he's and a lot's going on at the radio station right now. So he's busy with that a lot.
He has
right
kind
now.
of a smooth, calming voice.
He does, doesn't he? I agree. Yeah.
Anyway, I just don't care for it too much when you guys go out there on vacation. And then Larry, you were talking about Motown. Yeah, you know what? When we were kids growing up, and I grew up in the city up on the north side, you know what? We could have cared less where the music came from.
Of course.
We didn't care what color your skin was, who did the music. If we liked it, we liked it, and we all got along.
Right.
That was the thing. As kids, we all got along. You know what I mean? And the school I went to was pretty diverse. You know what I'm saying? For being on a north side school up near Wrigley Field there, it was a pretty diverse grammar school and stuff like that. So we had all kinds of different nationalities coming in there and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
So, we didn't care where the music came from. If it was good and you guys were, as a band, you were halfway decent human beings, it was fine.
Good enough.
You know what I mean? We listened to it. We loved it.
Yep.
So
good enough.
Anyway, Cubs opener today. Let's go Cubbies. Let's get on a roll here. Let's get going. You know what I mean? And so the wife and the daughters, they'll be out at Wrigley today and stuff like that. Me, not so much. You know, I'll be sitting behind the wheel of this truck. That's all right.
Yeah, Lorena's supposed to be going to the game today.
Oh, really?
Won't be too much. Won't be too much longer.
Yeah.
Won't be too much longer.
Yep.
Anyway, well, it's nice to talk to you guys. Like I said, I know I haven't called in a while, but I listen pretty much every day when I can.
And we appreciate it, Dennis.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
All right.
You take care.
Looking forward to seeing you at the car shows, guys.
It's going to be happening pretty soon.
Larry, I want to see your car again, brother. And, you know,
it's gonna
all
be
the stuff you had done, you got to show me and everything, and I'll be looking forward to it.
Sounds great, Dennis.
All right, guys. Talk to you later.
All right.
Bye now.
Yeah.
Take care. First one, Larry, appears that I know about is Wednesday, May the 8th at the American Legion.
I think there's some other things a little bit quicker, too.
Yeah?
But that's like the first of their, I'm going to try to be out all I can be out this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that, too. Because I'll have one of the only, if me and this other van are the only two around here.
The
that
lady
I know.
with the Volkswagen?
I wasn't counting her because I don't really consider that to be a van.
Well,
I guess it is.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a nice.
That's great.
That's a great one.
There's a guy in South Elgin, and I can't think of his name. He has a '57 Chevy Nomad, which is it's a two-door station wagon, two-door instead of a four-door, two-door station wagon.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. And I find myself, and he's always in the same class I'm in. I find myself wondering where he's going to be and thinking maybe I'll dodge him for once because his car is pristine. It really, and it's like I think it's like a rose because in the 50s there was a lot of pastels and those kind of things.
Yeah.
It's a great car. Great. So you may have to dodge that woman for a while with that Volkswagen because people have kind of a soft spot for those.
I know.
Yeah.
We like those Volkswagen vans, but they're pretty expensive when they're in really, really nice shape.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And so that's why I thought, well, I'll get a Dodge van. It can probably do more, and I can kind of make it like that.
Those VW buses, they were so underpowered.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. You wouldn't, if there's a headwind, you'd be hard pressed to be able to keep it up in top gear and do the speed limit.
Is that right?
Really underpowered. Yeah.
8:31 here at WRMN on this Monday morning. Chilly outside. Cubs are slated to play at 1:20, I guess, this afternoon. 47 is the expected high, and we've had a little dryness after a rainy night for a few hours now, but I'm not sure if it's going to start. It says showers mainly after 1 o'clock. Showers doesn't necessarily mean a rain out.
No, not at all, because we've seen these showers where they only, like, get Itasca or something like that, so.
Yeah. Cubs in Colorado today, and we have a guy here that knows something about the Cubs on the phone. 847-931-1410. His name is Genius George, big Cubs fan. Sometimes he goes to opening day.
Yes, he does.
Let's see what he's got on his mind this morning. Hey, George, how are you?
Mark, you're familiar with the term double whammy? Last week was a double whammy.
What do you mean?
I was sick all week. I was sick all week, and then no Mark and Larry to listen to. I needed some comfort radio, some guidance through this bronchial thing that I had. Tuesday, I was at my oncologist Tuesday. I have some sort of intestinal infection. That was number one. But that wasn't the root of why I was so sick. I have this bronchial thing going on.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, it was terrible. I saw Larry, the last day I really felt well was we had lunch Friday at that lovely, lovely little diner in Elgin, Willie and Grace's. Is that the name of it, Larry?
Yes.
I've been there a few times. I've been there with Councilman Thorne. It's a wonderful place.
I know.
Really nice people. The food is great. Very warm and welcoming. But anyway, so I've been sick. Then I've got that whole thing going on. I woke up today. I said, Mark's back. I'm back. I've got to put this little thing aside, this bronchial thing, and I'm all stuffed up. You know, I blow my nose, and my bedroom looks like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's just terrible. There's, that whole thing.
Wow.
So, couple of things, Mark. I have a challenge for you, and I know you're a man of your word. You're a man of integrity. There's a movie. There's been a lot of positive changes at the radio station, and it's time now, I think, Mark, for you to start making some positive changes in your film viewing life. Because you're missing out on a lot of things.
I think that's fair.
I'm sure Larry Jones knows this movie, L.A. Confidential.
Oh, I love that movie.
Who doesn't, Larry?
Little Russell Crowe. You know,
Russell Crowe, Guy Pearce, James Cromwell,
Kim Basinger.
Kim Basinger. Academy Award, Best Supporting Actress.
Kim Basinger.
So, Mark, this is the quintessential film noir movie. It's set in the 1950s. It was released in the mid-90s, I think 96, 97. It was nominated for Best Picture. So, here's my offer to you, Mark, and knowing that you're a man of integrity, if you rent that movie or get it at the library, whatever you do, go to your local Blockbuster, and you watch the movie, and if you tell me that movie isn't in your top 50, I won't even say top 100, your top 50, I will pay for your first month of Marquee Sports.
Really?
But
you will love this movie.
We're
Because I know
trusting
your
you.
viewing habits. I know you're a Dateline, Murder, Snapped, finding bodies in the backyard kind of guy.
Yes.
You will love this movie. It's very layered. It's film noirish. It's about the Los Angeles police force in the 1950s and the corruption, but also solving of a murder in the way these three different police officers attempt to solve this murder. And Larry will tell you, there are some unbelievable twists and turns in this movie. It is first rate. It should have been Best Picture of the Year, but it lost to a very, very overrated Titanic in 1997.
I know.
So,
yeah.
All right, so I have to
LA
watch it.
Confidential.
Watch it and then tell you that it's the
Report
top.
back to me if it's not in your top 50.
Oh, I'm guaranteeing it will
that
be.
You did.
Won't be-
You know, I mean,
won't
this
be
should
hard.
You should put this on your list ahead of Nation.
If you eliminate animated films,
Well,
I mean, there's-
First of all, I've only seen 47
I
movies
know, that's what I was thinking.
in my life. Number two, I want Marquee for free, so it's in my top 50 already.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
So, Mark, if I said to you, leave the gun, take the cannoli, what does that mean to you?
Leave the gun, take the cannoli.
That's a famous line from The Godfather, you know, and see, you're missing out on these things. That could come up in conversation sometime.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to look foolish in front of Lorena. We got to try to bring you up to date a little bit.
No, I agree.
I'm starting to think this could have been what happened the day for Marvin Gaye. His dad asked him a couple of movie questions he couldn't answer, and that was it.
Well,
Yeah.
Speaking of Marvin Gaye, you know, I loved Marvin Gaye. His song, What's Going On, is probably one of the seminal songs of the 1970s. It is just a classic. He's great. Motown.
Poor George.
Everybody's got it.
Yeah, I know. Love Motown. But Dean, the genius director, Delele,
Yeah.
little bit of a mistake, I think. Sexual Healing, that's more of an overtly sexual song. You want to talk about a love song, a song about romance with Marvin Gaye. What about Marvin Gaye, Larry, and Tammy Tyrell? If I could build my whole world around you. That's a song about love. That's a song about idealizing love. That's not a song about the whole sexual component involved in that situation.
Well, you know, George, I haven't been feeling good for a week. Maybe I just wanted a little deep heat rub kind of going on this morning,
Yeah.
you know?
I'm with you, George, on that. I'm not a big fan of that song, Sexual
like that.
Healing.
I like
Yeah.
I don't like it. Mark, if you don't know the song,
I know
listen to the song. If I could build my whole world
Oh.
around you. Tammy Tyrell is beautiful. I
And
mean, her voice is
Sure,
heavenly.
great
It's
voice.
a speech of angels.
Yes.
She died, Larry. She was 24 years old when she died.
I know.
Cancer diagnosis.
Yeah.
And you want to talk about great Motown songs? Just My Imagination by the Temptations,
Yeah.
classic. My Cherie Amour, Stevie Wonder, which brings me back to my girlfriend Anna Marie Cimarusti, walking around Kittyland in 66, 67, listening to that song over the speakers. Stevie Wonder, people always throw the word genius around on this radio station as well. Anyway, Stevie Wonder is a musical genius. Stevie Wonder could sing the song. Stevie Wonder could sing the phone book and make it interesting. He is a musical genius, and My Cherie Amour is one of my favorites of his.
Yeah, I like that song too.
Yeah.
Larry, you don't like that song?
No, I do.
You do? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, George, what about the opening weekend of Cubs baseball?
You know, a bad hit with Justin Steele going down, and then Craig Counsell. You know, again, everybody talks about genius. They've got this guy painted as a genius. I can manage that team as well as he can, maybe better, because I tell you where he made a big mistake, and this is just a little thing. They bring up Ben Brown ostensibly to replace Justin Steele, who was hurt in the opener.
Right.
So Ben Brown is there. He's going to pitch. He was supposed to pitch Tuesday against the Rockies. That would have been I'm sorry. That would have been a perfect opportunity for Ben Brown, who's the heir apparent. You know, he's one of these up and coming kids with Kate Horton. And what does Counsell do? He puts him in a game Saturday in the middle innings, throws him 2 innings. He gets blasted. He pitches the first inning, did okay, get 3 up, 3 down. Then he gets blasted in the second inning. Now he can't pitch Tuesday. What was the point of that? Why would you do that? Because you put him in Tuesday against the Rockies, who are not a great road team. They're a good team at home. They can hit at home, but not on the road. You build up his confidence. You give him a good game at Wrigley, and instead you bring him in on a Saturday night, a game that you're probably going to lose anyway. I don't get it. They'll be fine. They're better than they show. You know, they got Nico Horner has to start hitting.
Yeah.
He looks like he's lost. Half the team looks lost, except for Christopher Morel, who, if they could ever figure out where to play this kid, you know, he's banging the ball all over the place. So
yeah. Well, 3 games into the season, and they could have had the first game.
1 and 2, and they're playing the World Series champs.
Yeah.
Too. So they could have won if Steele didn't go down. Maybe they win the first game.
Well, they still had a 3-2 lead going to the bottom of the 9th inning of the first game.
Yeah,
You know?
the bullpen's a little compromised. You know, I'm not a big Neris guy. Alzolay is good, but he's not a premier closer.
Yeah.
I always suggested do this middle of the road thing. They get these players, and I get it. They're developing a farm system. They've got a great farm system now. But why don't you go out and get a Josh Hader? Because right now you'd be 2-1 instead of 1-2.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I think we're going to be fine. Pitching is going to be a little bit of a struggle for a while.
I watched the White Sox, Larry. I'm telling you, I had high hopes for that team, higher than most people. Mike Soroka is not the answer. He had 77 pitches Saturday, 3 swing and misses all day. He's terrible. Crochet looks good, but again, Eloy's hurt. He got hurt in the 3rd game of the year.
I didn't see that, George.
Yeah.
He pulled a hamstring or something.
Some kind of thing. Running the bases.
Leg. Yep.
And he's a good teammate. He's a good guy. He's plays with an effusiveness. He plays the game with energy and enthusiasm. I just think he's just one of those people. He's just prone to getting injured. Now he's going to be out again, and I don't know where this team is going. I don't know.
Not far.
No.
Still hoping that they're competitive.
Yeah. Well, good to hear from you, George. Hope you feel better.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will. I feel better already knowing you two are back, and good luck with everything Wednesday, Larry.
All right. Thanks, George.
Talk to you soon.
Take care.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
You know, if my mom was still around, she'd be at George's house slathering him with Vicks Salve.
Yeah.
That was like the catch-all for everything. Maybe putting it in the vaporizer, too, so you breathe it more. With like a towel over you.
I'm just wondering, Larry.
About
whether your voice is going into that microphone or not.
Really?
Yeah, I think your voice is going into this one over here. Let's see.
I think it doesn't.
That's why you're getting that distance sound today, because you're leaning back and you're not that loud.
Well, where do you think it's supposed to be, buddy?
Well, you might just have to talk into that microphone for the rest of the show.
No, that's not in my contract.
No?
No.
So you were leaning back, and I'm like, why are you leaning back? It's because you thought you're fine because the microphone's right next to your mouth.
That's what I like about it. But
yeah,
it doesn't.
But it's not coming. It's coming in on microphone number 4.
Oh boy!
So that's been the problem with that.
Yeah. Yes, you're right.
That's been the problem with that.
Okay.
Only took an hour and a half to figure that out.
Boy.
Now we still have 16 minutes to make this right, Larry.
We don't care, do we? Maybe we'll have to have Sonar give us a quick little, this is how I hooked it up and it worked fine lesson.
Probably so.
You know?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, but you're right. I kept thinking, boy, that doesn't have the clarity or anything that we had when I was in on Tuesday.
Right.
But they had something plugged. It was plugged in the back.
It was plugged in the back?
It was in the back, I think, on Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was.
Well, that's what we have to probably figure out then.
We got to figure it out.
Okay, we'll have it figured out next time you're here.
Well, it's only 2 days, you know.
Right.
Yeah. Is Sonar going to be in that time? Not that you can't figure it out.
Oh, yeah.
You know that.
He'll be here, I'm sure. He's probably listening right now, and he'll show me as soon as he gets in
Show
today.
me the way.
Yeah.
Okay. Good job, buddy. Because I kept thinking, I hope it sounds better to people than I'm hearing it in my phones.
Well, you say good job, but it took me till 8:43 to figure it out.
Well, a couple of things. You're trying to get back up to speed. You've been gone a week. You know, I'd like to.
Right.
I kind of give you the, you know, I'm kind of embracing it all. You don't have to hit the ground running. It's okay.
Okay. I mean, I guess in my defense, that was something we didn't hook up the last time I was here.
No, it changed while you were. I had to wait for you to get out of town so I could get it.
I know.
Yeah.
They wanted to be the heroes. They wanted to give you your headset, not give it to me to give to you.
Well, if they have to give it to you to give it to me,
yeah,
I don't really think that makes you a hero. If they had to give it to you to give to me, you're just the middleman.
They wanted the credit, though.
Well, they should. They got it.
Yeah, but you're my partner.
Yeah, I know. You should have got it for me.
Yeah.
You know, you should have been back in the old days going, hey, if Larry doesn't get that headset,
he's going to leave.
And I'm walking with him. What do I always tell you? No Mark, no Larry, right?
Yeah.
I have yet to hear you say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he walks, I'm going to, I'll be here. But I won't like it.
No. I'll hold a grudge.
Yeah, couple minutes. You'll know.
847-931-1410 if you want to join us in the last 14 minutes or so of this show.
Yeah.
Tennessee checks in this morning from down in Tennessee, White House, Tennessee area. No, not White House. That's
Crossville.
Texas.
Crossville.
Homestead.
Homestead? Isn't that Florida? No. Isn't it like around Crossville?
It is around Crossville.
Yeah.
But you
And
mentioned Homestead is like the actual place maybe where she lives? I'll get confused.
I know. She told me once, and I can't remember. I just know it's pretty country. That's what I know.
Yeah.
And this is a great time of the year to be in Tennessee. We used to go down. My dad, he was from Tennessee. Difficult,
Tennessee.
Difficult.
It's awesome.
A suburb of Red Boiling Springs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we would always go down on what at the time was called Easter vacation before it became wrong to make it be linked to a religious holiday when we were out of school. Because my dad liked being down there because it wouldn't be quite so hot. And this was a perfect time of the year to be in Tennessee. Perfect.
We spent Saturday night in Nashville.
I like Nashville a whole bunch.
I mean, it was just a...
What's the name of that street that you go down there and there's like 50 bars and everybody's got music playing?
Broadway,
something like that. I like that whole thing. You can kind of go from. That was where that bartender told me at. I don't know. It wasn't Hard Rock. It was at the Blues. What's like a franchisee blues kind of bar. Anyway.
Where at?
In downtown Nashville.
Oh.
And I got ready to leave, and I wasn't driving, so I was fine. I said to him, "I believe I've been overserved," and he said, "No, sir, you have overordered."
Yeah. 8:47 here at WRMN, but we went to find that campground Saturday night. We wound through these windy roads, kind of mountainous area over there.
There's some hills.
Smyrna, Tennessee.
Smyrna. I've only heard of Smyrna, Georgia.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then coming up yesterday, although I was very tired driving, it was very, it was nice landscape driving through Kentucky and stuff.
And coming up, did you come up 57 up through Illinois, up that way?
No, on the way down, we took 57 across on 24.
Yeah.
But on the way back, we stayed on 65 all the way up through Indiana. So we went through Bowling Green and Louisville and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But some of that area right there is really pretty, though.
It is pretty. The only thing I always hated about coming up and up into Gary is by the time I got around the bottom of the lake on the tri-state, it had pretty well used up all the goodwill a week away had done by the time you fought the traffic getting around.
The last part of this...
It's just killer.
It was awful.
It is horrible. And there's a lot of people out there driving bad, and you look at them and you realize they got nothing to lose. You know that? I'm in a crash. I don't care. Take a look at this. I've been in a lot of crashes.
Yeah. Right. Well, thanks for checking in, everybody.
bet.
Let's see. Northwest West, by the way. Says, don't forget Down the Hatch. Was that another?
I think it was in that building up there, number 10.
Yeah.
I think, or was it? It was down the hatch next to where Callie.
That's what he's saying.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking about Callie earlier this morning.
Yeah. It used to be my favorite back when it was, I think it was called Cooper's. And it was more of a sit-down, good dinner kind of place. It had a bar in it. And it was like they had really good food there. And then that's the problem with restaurants. You can't eat there enough to be, if they're an upper scale, you can't eat there often enough to be a huge supporter of them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But boy, I miss the Anvil Club. That was we couldn't go there a lot, but boy, for a special occasion, you'd be hard pressed to find a better place. We used to go to the Hideaway for that, down in Valley View.
The Hideaway, yeah.
The Hideaway. Used to be a lot of good supper, dinner club kind of things that gone by the wayside.
Maxwell's, remember that?
Yes.
He said Cali Barbecue was originally Maxwell's.
I think maybe in his time.
Yeah.
He's a younger man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. The order of the vacation movies is the original Vacation, which makes sense.
Yes.
European Vacation, then Christmas, then Vegas Vacation.
Yeah. Christmas Vacation, good movie.
Yeah, it is. I feel like I have to watch it once.
My mother-in-law had no sense of humor, and she thought Christmas Vacation was a funny movie.
Yeah.
She had no sense of humor.
None?
None. No. Not just about me. I mean, that would make sense. But no, just in general. Yeah.
Well, 8:50 is the time here at WRMN. Coming down the home stretch on this Monday show.
Is this the home stretch?
Yeah, it's a home
I can't
stretch.
get over how much better I sound within, like, a little bit of
I know.
Well.
Only took me till 8:43.
That's all right. That's right. So it won't be on the best of. That's okay. And I
No.
thought it was a darn good show.
Really?
Darn good, buddy.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Your expectations are low for the first day back.
I know.
Well, keep them low, and then a show like this turns out to be a darn good show.
And maybe I've set the bar a little too high through time. You know.
Yeah. It's not exactly organ music, but I thought you might want to hear some music so you could talk about SB Nation a little bit.
Yeah, nothing makes me think sports than that.
Yeah.
Okay, we can talk about it anyway, right?
I know we need to, right?
We could have done with no lead in.
Oh.
We really could have.
Okay.
Because we've been leading in talking about sports a lot the whole show, off and on.
Off and on, yeah.
Off and on. Anyway, when we think about sports, we think about S in Sports, B as in Blog Nation, a place where there is a blog for any sport you're interested in. It's got to be active now with baseball going, and until the NFL draft, there's a lot of chatter about that, right? A lot of chatter.
Right.
About the NFL draft.
And the Final Four now, right?
Final Four, a lot of good basketball. Boy, poor Illinois.
Who they lose to? I'm sorry to put you on the spot.
UConn.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, UConn. And, boy, they came out, they were, down by 4 at halftime, and UConn had like a 30-0 run coming out of the half. They made some
30-0.
They made some adjustments.
Oh.
Yeah. I think their coach said, you're letting these guys hang around way too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, there is a blog for any sport you're interested in. To get to SB Nation, get the app for your smartphone or tablet. You can always log in at sbnation.com. When you get there, please stop by the Knights on Ice blog, see what everybody Shepherd Price writing about. Then you can go anywhere. You can leave your opinion at a blog, but you don't have to. I know some people are hesitant because they think they'll take a little beating. But anyway, you can leave your opinion if you want to, but you don't have to. What I like best is you can go to SB Nation when you want to. So do us all a favor. Check out SB Nation. See if sports blogging is for you.
Yeah. The commander checks in and says, join us today for the Cubs home opener at American Legion.
Is there a lunch?
$1 hot dogs.
$1 hot dogs.
You don't even get a bite of a hot dog for $1 at Wrigley Field today.
No, you couldn't even. They wouldn't let you sniff a hot dog for $1.
You don't get the relish in the mustard.
Nothing. Don't be sniffing around this dog. Yep.
Yeah. So the American Legion probably would be a more enjoyable place to watch the game today than Wrigley Field.
I think so.
Depending on the weather. I mean,
I know.
I could watch a game in this. I'd have to bundle up.
You got to bundle up. It'll be colder there.
Yeah.
You know that. Yep. I know.
Well, $1 hot dogs, so that's good. On YouTube, Dennis D. Not So Young says, good morning, first shifters.
Hey, Dennis.
Have a great day. Trusty Pat checks in. Good morning and welcome back. I saw Sherry A. last week. Sherry Ashenbrenner, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And we both said how boring the mornings were without our first shift radio.
Well, good.
Thank you, Pat.
Good. Sometimes absence makes the heart grow fonder. You know that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to be gone every once in a while.
Yeah,
To
for
make
the
you miss
sake
me.
for the sake of the station.
Yeah, I think it might be a while now before my next.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we gotta buckle down for a while.
Well, I got to use up my time to get my eyes fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is funny in a way.
Mm-hmm.
JP Car Shows, John Polero checks in.
Yes.
And he says, welcome back, Mark. Larry is lounging around.
I am lounging. I was leaning back.
I know, and
regaling myself in this new mic where I could do anything. You know?
I kept thinking, why are you leaning back so much today?
Yeah.
It's because you thought it was fine.
It's with me. My microphone. I like it because I could turn and look at people going by. I can turn and look at you. I'm free. I'm untethered. But
Right.
not the case.
No.
No, not the case.
No.
Oh, well.
Let's see. BHB says, what happened to Brian, the engineer? Well, I'm not sure if he's bounced back with another job yet or not. Brian was a great guy.
He was a good guy.
And really was a part of the station for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I guess changes happen is about
right.
the most I can say about
And
that.
part of Sonar being one of the new managing partners was
with engineer talent.
With engineer talent. And they thought, yeah, you have to, I guess when you own part of the place, you find a niche for you. You know?
Plus, he's good on the air.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he is a good, yeah. Not that you're not wonderful, but I kind of enjoyed my Tuesday with him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I know. I'm gonna start
Not that you're not wonderful.
I'm going to start feel threatened.
No, don't feel
Maybe he should stick to engineering so he can't make me look bad on the radio. Because I'm surely not going to make him look bad in the engineering department.
Really? Wonder what this does. Click. Yep.
8:55 here at WRMN. The Soto family is in. Good morning, Mark, and the first shifters from Hector, Ninny Rose, Jeremiah, Uncle Boom Boom.
Yes.
All in the house with us.
How many prayers did they throw down there along with the heart?
A lot.
Lots of prayers. A lot of praying going on for us and radio.
58 Mike says it was a very good show today.
Thanks, Mike.
So, well, we got about 2 minutes left in the show.
2 minutes.
And I'm not sure where to go from here, Larry.
Well, me either. We, I'd like to get. I hate missing more after being out of here last week.
Yeah.
But I just got to get this stuff done. I gotta. Once in a while you got to get the old wreck in first, like a tune-up, and maybe even some. I don't think I'll be trying to get any body work done, but other than that, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? People remark that you're a ruggedly handsome man, Mark. I think once I get my sight back,
Yeah.
I'll see. Because right now I don't recognize you as that.
Is that right?
Yeah, I don't. And I'm
Oh.
sure it's just my eyes.
I thought you were going to say you would become ruggedly handsome after you get the eyes done.
No. This I don't ever want to take away from how important you are.
First of all, I was going to say I'm going to get jealous of Sonar's on-air ability. Then I'm going to get jealous of your looks.
I know.
It's going to be over for me.
Yeah, I know.
So,
you've been the.
It's been a good run.
It's been. Yeah, it's been great, but it's over. See ya.
It's over. Yeah. Well, all things must end.
Exactly. Maybe you'll be doing a podcast from the man cave.
Could happen. So here's the song. I do know this song.
That's a great song.
Yeah. That's
and Tammy Tyrell does have a great voice.
Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell.
Yeah.
Well, Brian Kilmeade comes up next.
All right, pal.
And,
maybe I'll see you. Maybe I won't see you. Okay?
Yeah. And I'll be back in the lunch hour.
All right.
And I'll be a part of Brian Kilmeade's show, too. So keep it right here on WRMN.
Thanks, everybody.
Talk to you soon.